Evening, and welcome to episode 31 of March the Confederates. Quickly recapping from last week, uh, the party spent the bulk of the day in Silvery Moon. Uh, First of all, trying to deal with a bounty hunter that was chasing the Fae, and then resolving LeFay's fate to some degree of whether or not he was going to be in legal trouble
He beat his
in the city of
extradition.
Silver. Yeah. So he faced extradition, and the party secured a favor from a noble to curry some favor with the magistrate. And what do you know? Things turned out in the Fae's favor. Um, so now they're resuming normal adventuring activities, discussing the third map from the thief's daughter. Um, so they find themselves in a familiar place in the back room in the Bright Blade, huddled around a table with Max and Zed, discussing um, the third map. And Zed's got his cone of silence out, so we will fade the background noise and pull up the interior artwork for the Bright Blade, and I will hand it back to the party.
We unpause.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go.
All right, so we have no idea what sewers these are. We really don't have any
Not
way to,
not currently, no.
and we don't really have a starting point. Um, Uhtred has a membership at the Vault of Sages, but it sounds like getting into the restricted stack is going to be more expensive than we thought. Well, we don't know how expensive it's going to be. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Because Zed's friend could not get into the restricted stack.
Right.
And it sounds to me like the the sewers, the information on the sewer is somewhat of a security issue for Silvery Moon.
It has been in the past, yes.
And there is not a criminal element that is openly active in Silvery Moon. We can't just go axe.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, technically, you do know that there is, in fact, a criminal element.
Right, that is true.
One of them showed up at the bar.
Right, but we.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I trust everything she says now.
Honestly, my opinion of her has slightly changed after that little stunt. But
So you know what? I think we're due a refund there.
yeah, I'm starting to rethink my membership on that one.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
I think you have to show up in person though, and have a letter of writ to cancel membership. I'm not sure how that.
No, for this one, I have to fake my death.
Oh, that's okay.
Or you could really die.
Yeah, or they could all die. I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I mean, if we're going to be technical about it.
Right. So that would probably be our first best bet since we have nothing. Is ask.
Wait, we're killing people?
Yeah.
Well, you did say you wanted more XP.
Right.
XP on the hoof, yeah.
All right. So I had a question, Howard. So Anna has not gone yet to the vault,
No.
or okay.
No.
So Anna is going to propose to the others that she would like to, with her, her good looks, try and persuade her way
Uhtred's
to
got a
go
girlfriend
into the vault.
right now, so it's flattering, really.
Yeah.
But
So
I think you're good there, bud.
Yep.
not,
All right,
not
so
right
Anna's
now.
going to go to the vault.
she's going to go to the vault and see if she can persuade her way into the their access area.
All right.
I'm down with that.
So for those of you who have gone to this Vault of the Sages, people can get into the restricted stacks, but they have to show a need for certain bits of information that they're going after. They don't just let you wander in there and start randomly going through things.
You have to have someone there with
You have-
you, I assume.
Is it a
You have to have a
personal
specific-
librarian accompanying you the whole time? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you have to have a specific need, and you're not allowed to take any materials out of there. All the materials stay there.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. All right. So have you guys already gamed this offline, or we got to do this?
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't game what I did with the Vault of Sages yet. So I guess we
Nope.
just did that off camera.
No, but
Slacker.
we could do that.
Blackened. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back. I got to take the plate to the kitchen.
Is anyone going to pursue any other efforts while Anna tries to go do research?
Sure, I was thinking
Go
maybe Ferris and I, whoever's not otherwise occupied, could go check along the riverfront there and see if we see any exits for sewers.
Okay.
Just get an idea where they're at and that kind of thing.
If they have the grates and all that kind of stuff to, I'm sure Uhtred could probably pull them right off the wall, the whatever pipe or whatever it is. But
Well, we don't want to damage them as much as just get an eye for, because the city watch might see us or whatever. So just want to get an eye for where they're at, and then if we decide we want to go down those, then he can pull it off. You know what I mean? We'll do it at night or something.
So we're looking for a specific sewer system. Was it one of the 4 systems in the city?
We're looking for one that matches that map we have, but we don't know where its terminus is or where it's at in the city or which one of the 4 it is. So while Anna's down there looking at hopefully trying to get in to find some maps of the sewers, just thought we'd do a little recon.
yeah,
Well, yeah, obviously I could, wild shape into a rat or something and go checking out sewers too, if I know what I'm looking for.
Well, here's a crazy idea. While you're a rat, could you speak rat?
Well,
And can they tell you anything?
Idea. Yeah.
I don't think rats are intelligent enough to do that.
I
Right? They
don't. Well,
really
I
have
don't know.
language.
That's
How do
why
you
I'm
know?
asking the guy who turns into a rat all the time.
Yeah.
you could probably find out from them where you don't want to go down there.
Could follow the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again, Elmore. What'd you say?
Well, from the other rats, they might not be super smart, but I'm sure they, you could find out where you don't want to be down there, predators and whatnot.
Right.
Well, that's the only thing I'm thinking is you go down there in rat form, you get killed, You pop back to being a druid, but now you're in the middle of fucking sewers and nobody knows where you're at.
Yeah,
And
it's not good.
we don't know how to get you out. And if it was something that was really big that killed you, then you'd be furked on your own. And here's the thing is, I just don't think that's necessary at this point, right? I mean, we don't have enough information. You're not going to be able to map out the whole sewer system. It's not like you could take a pen and pencil and map it out. And I don't know.
Yeah, right. I'm not sure if
We've already invested so much in you in the party funds that I'd hate for you to die down there
Yeah, we don't want to lose our investment.
immediately after.
We
So
need to
not
get
much
a
return on
yeah.
investment.
You need a
No,
return
no.
on the investment.
you'd have to come get my gold.
How long would that take? That took 20 minutes to get the first from the party funds crack in there.
Well, it's only the beginning of me using party funds, so you might as well get the cracks in, I guess.
Yes. Our leafy socialist.
Certainly not going to stop now.
He's got his taste.
Yeah. All right, so
I'm
that's
not mad
fine.
at him.
I don't need to do that. I have some other strengths, I think, in wild shape that could be helpful in the sewer, So whatever.
If nothing else, you could shape change into a snake and then have dinner down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I could do the snake thing. But yeah, I don't know. I guess the reality is I don't know what I'm looking for, so why even go down there?
Yeah, I think it's an unnecessary risk is all for right now. We'll see what Anna comes back with. And then if we're desperate, we can start shoving you down different fucking sewer drains or something. But
I mean, we're essentially looking for somebody who can look at the map and say, "Oh yeah, I know that part of the sewer system." Is that what we're doing?
Well, no, I kind of thought more she would go in the library and find a map of the sewer system and be able
match
to
it up.
compare it and say, well, this looks like this. This is where we could go and get in it, right?
Okay. All right.
And who knows what's down there, but
So, to answer a previous question, I just did some research on communication in wild shape. You're able to communicate to the degree that the animal could communicate as though you were that animal. So, depending on the intelligence of the animal and how much socialization those animals do, there would be some limited forms of communication. But something as simple as a rat, it's probably, you know, at best, one or two word kind of emotions like fear, panic, curiosity, things like that. Um, you're not going to have long conversations with another rat. You're going to be able to get a sense of what they're trying to convey to you at a very rudimentary level.
Food this way. Don't go that way.
It probably wouldn't even be that much. It'd probably be bad.
Well,
Not
Lucher,
bad.
do we want to wander the riverbanks? Do we want to do that at night or?
You're muted, Brad. You're still muted, Brad.
Uh-oh.
You are still muted, Brad.
Matt, where is your sign when we need it?
Yeah.
I'm saying, is there a wall on the riverside or is it just a wall to the riverbank? I don't remember the map.
So, at parts of the river, like you can see on this map, there's a boardwalk along the river. So, parts of the abutment to the river have buildings up against them. Part of them are walled off. It varies based on where you are along the river as to what kind of feature is next to the river.
Where's the map you're
The one you're on right now, just outside the building, just outside the Bright Blade, is the river, and you can see there's a boardwalk along that.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we just take a stroll along the river there, and see what we could see. Right, not do a ton of investigating because we don't highlight ourselves or anything, but you know, cran our necks once or twice, but never in close proximity. See if we can't find some drains, sewer drains.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and give the results. Are you done in the bright blade?
Well, I think we would explain to is Zed there? Zed's there, right?
It's there. Max is there.
Yeah. So I would think I would explain. We would explain to him that we're still fact finding.
Okay. Well then,
A two-prong approach.
Well, just so we're not sitting on our asses waiting. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
well, he
36.
wishes you all well. He's
Okay.
going to go back to his place, his farm, and when you're done, you can contact him.
Thanks, Zed.
Thanks for nothing.
He helped me get out of legal trouble, so I gotta thank him.
All right, so Anna's going to go to the Vault of the Sages, and Ferris and Uhtred are going to go walk along the riverfront. Anyone else do anything today?
Where's Ray going?
I'm sorry?
Where's Ray going?
I haven't heard anything from Ray.
There's not much I can do in a partial day.
Well, it's the
I
beginning of
guess
the day.
is it the beginning of the day?
Yeah.
I thought this was following the.
Yeah, I thought this was like directly
this was-
after the trial, so that would be
No, you guys.
in the afternoon.
You guys took a long rest and met up with Zed the next day. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the morning. I don't really. I will see if my connections know anything about the sewer systems, at least in general. Other than that, I guess I will spend the day and make a healing potion so that I can get out of Hawk for healing potions.
All right. So, are you going to investigate your connections first?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And that leaves Connery with nothing to do. Oh, I guess in LaFay.
I'm gonna head to the local tavern.
You're at one.
Oh, well then I'm here.
Congratulations, you made it.
I'm going nowhere. I'm gonna go have a beer.
Well, I mean,
Wait for
somebody might
some
go with
information.
Anna. Maybe different languages or something like that. Different language skills might be helpful. I don't know.
I'm gonna go
Unless
hang out
Anna
in the
wants,
bar.
unless she wants to go along.
Does she want to
Don't
go?
mind the company.
I guess I could go. What other language? I speak Draconic.
Will that
Howard,
screw
can I-
anything up for you, Howard?
No, access to the restricted section is paid per person.
Okay, well, I will.
It would-
I will go to the dojo, I guess.
Or you can come stroll with us. It's fine.
We can do that. That's fine.
LaFay's going to hang in the bar. 3 of you are going to go walk along the riverfront, and Ray's going to go investigate, try to do some information gathering from his contacts, and then Anna's going to the vault. You guys are going in different directions. Okay. Let's start with Ray. Let's see what we can figure out here. So, I guess we will slip into a different channel. I guess we have to bring the cameraman with us, though, don't we?
Yep. Nope. What am I in here? Oh,
So,
I gotta go.
Elmore, I found the American.
Why did Matt leave?
I thought I was accepting an invite to the private room, but it was back to the main room.
Okay.
Join that.
So very quickly we will I assume this is where you're going, Mike, right?
Yeah, just a moment. My laptop says that it's almost out of battery.
Oh. Cord not.
Dojo is right across the Maliki's Glade from the Vault of Sages, is it?
Sorry?
Sorry about that.
The dojo is across east of Maliki's Glade. Is that right?
I think it's west.
So it's closer to the Vault of the Sages.
I'd have to look.
Okay, I just get an idea.
Sorry about that. It's an older laptop, so the plug falls out sometimes.
No problems.
All right, so I am plugged in, so hopefully I won't lose connection. So I see I am at the clubhouse.
Yes.
So I don't know that it was ever talked about. I know that Winter is my main contact, but I'm under the assumption that I don't have to do everything through her.
No. Well, you met the professor.
Right. But I mean, I'm not going to ask the guild master for information on everything. I assume that there's someone that's in charge of that kind of thing.
Well, actually, when it comes to people brokering information from other guildmates, he usually kind of arranges those kinds of things because there are certain members who are kind of privy to certain other kinds of things. So it usually is the professor that.
All right.
That kind of, he doesn't have all the information.
Right.
But he knows who knows what.
Got it. All right. Well, then I guess I will spin my character because I don't even know if he's here.
He is not. Winter is here.
Not. Yep.
A couple other guildies are in the corner scheming up something.
Thug 1, Thug 2. Got it.
I'm gonna put my headset down so I'm not listening to everything.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just step away for a minute.
So I guess I will ask. I'll approach Winter and thank her for her assistance with our problem from the other day. I will loop her in general terms without like giving away personal information. That what was it? Calamsham is apparently interested enough to be sending people thousands of miles away or whatever it is, hunting one person over a what feels like a personal vendetta, but I'll give her the general gist of it because that seems like interesting enough information to have tucked away. And then once I've done the niceties, I will explain that what we're looking for related to the sewers. Again, not going into exactly why we need to go down there, just that we have a job commissioned where we believe that we need to get down into the sewers. We're trying to get information on entrances, yada yada.
Okay. Well, before you move on from the previous comment, she does um, have some follow-up questions. Do you have a name of this person? That's is it
I
this
don't know
one that
who's supplying the money, but I know that the man that you tipped us off to earlier, was it Finn or Flynn?
Finley?
I'd have to look back in the chat log to see if it's there, but
Finley.
Finley, that's it. Finley Marsh, bounty hunter, did not take losing well, but that whatever he's being paid, and he was very cagey about the details on it, only that it was more than sufficient for at least 3 bounty hunters to take the job and travel from Kalimsham to here, or that there is some other agent hiring more local people. But clearly there is some greater intrigue going on than just the crime that was claimed.
All right. So that's very interesting information. I'll share that with the professor. Um, Very good. We're going to keep an eye on that.
Mm.
There might be an opportunity to profit from that somehow.
I thought you might feel that way, and I'm sure that if there is any opportunity for profit, there will be a little something for a finder's fee. I'm hoping.
Well, of course, that's the way we work.
Of course. And then again the general. It's not like we know a lot, so it's not like I have a lot to give on the current job. Only that we are seeking the sewer entrance related to a commission job.
Okay. Which sewer?
Unfortunately, they don't know. That's why we're trying to get some information to be able to do some reconnaissance. They have a partial map, which I don't currently possess. I can give her the vague description of the tunnel structure that we've seen, but I don't know. I don't have specifics on it. I will say, hopefully this isn't total bullshit based on the spy background. The parchment map did have a certain air about it, which makes me think that it's not a sewer that's been misused in significant amount of time, nor is it necessarily a rainwater sewage.
So you think perhaps it's one of the old sewers?
That's my guess. Something old enough that it was used for sewage and not storm drain, but not so old that it would have lost its air.
All right, so roll persuasion. That's unfortunate.
What am I trying to persuade her that I'm?
She's just seeing how she's reacting to this information. You're requesting information basically, and we're seeing how she might react to that. So that 10's not a bad roll. It's a lukewarm roll. Let me roll something. She says there is somebody that might have some information in the guild.
Okay.
But I need to check with the professor first.
Sure. I understand how these things work.
Yeah. So if you come back later today, I will see if I can get an answer from the professor.
All right.
He's away
Mhm.
for the morning on business.
All right. I'll be back this evening then.
Okay.
All right. And then I think that I will just spend the rest of the day just kind of getting a feel around town.
Okay.
I have to wait for the evening for my particular information. So I'm not going to try and make a potion or anything like that because it needs a full work day. So I'm just not going to worry about it.
Let's go ahead.
But yeah, we can go back to the party. Ray's just going to spend the day seeing the town.
So let's go ahead and resolve what you learn.
Okay.
From the professor.
So I come back the next day.
We come back later in the day, right?
Or yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. For the benefit of the audience here.
Mm-hmm. He's always so angry, running around with swords drawn everywhere he goes.
He looks like he's you could like put like the lightsabers in his hands and he would be a Sith.
Well, maybe.
He has the high ground.
Yeah, he has the high ground.
Of course, I'm a halfling. Everybody has the high ground compared to me.
Good point. Good point.
So, after you arrived, actually the professor, instead of Winter, greets you.
Greetings, Professor.
So I understand you may have a need to get into the old sewers.
Possibly.
He says,
I'm just assuming that he already knows, so I don't have to re-go over the stuff that I just did for Winter.
Yeah. He says, well, thank you for the information regarding the bounty hunter from Kalimshan. You may want to be aware that there might be something going on in that sewer when you get down there.
Us or someone else?
He says, how to put this delicately? There is a sporting event.
I see.
That we are aware of that occasionally happens in the North Bank Old Sewers.
In the North what?
The North Bank Old Sewers.
Oh, got it.
Those folks that go to that sporting event may or may not be very appreciative of visitors.
Got it.
They're down there in hiding for a reason.
Sure. And I'm assuming that this isn't a sporting event of arm wrestling, since they're down there hiding it away. So how bloody is it?
let's just say it's the kind of sport that a well-to-do city like Silvery Moon may not appreciate happening with inside their walls.
Hmm.
There's
I see.
gambling involved,
Of
and
course,
you can imagine.
I can.
So
Well, we
you
will
may want.
definitely tread lightly and for sure keep the establishment out of our mouths.
Very good. Of course, if you learn anything down there,
Of course, I would share for our mutual profit. That goes without saying.
we're always looking for good information to profit from.
As am I.
Well, good luck to you then.
All right. So after all that, I'm assuming that he gives me some information on how to get in there. Or was it just a warning that there's stuff going on?
That's all he was very cryptic about it.
Okay.
You
So
kind you,
he doesn't.
you kind of
Go ahead.
you kind of get the sense that perhaps somebody else within the guild may be involved.
Got it. And he doesn't want to give too much information because he doesn't want to give away activities of another member.
That's your assumption.
Yeah.
That's your assumption.
All right. I will ask him before I leave. Is there any of our business down there that I should be aware of not disrupting?
No.
Good. I understand then.
No.
I will keep the organization out of mention, but I will not worry about running afoul of any operations ongoing down there.
Very good.
And of course, I'm saying that a little bit more roundabout than just that, but
I got it.
cool. Then if that's the information that he has, then I guess I will head back to the dojo to meet up with the party since it's now evening.
Okay. All right. So I'll go back to the Bright Blade.
Yep. And I'll go back to the main room.
On to the dojo. Do we have a map for the dojo?
And,
We have a map for the dojo? We don't have
Screws
that.
up everything. No.
Well, I can hear Matt. I can't see him.
He's invisible.
Yeah, when we change channels, our camera shuts off. I'm not sure why it does that. Look at mine blurs as well.
It's
Focus.
a privacy filter.
Yeah.
Apparently.
There you go.
Very good. All right. So with regard to the sightseeing group that's touring the river, so I'll just pull up the map. I believe you're all on here. So there are parts, like you are right here. It's kind of low here, relative to the river. And there's actually grass on a boardwalk here. But as you get closer down, say here, can you see my mark?
Right. Where you? Oh yeah, I see it. Right.
It turns from a boardwalk to a walled off area that kind of overlooks the river. So you're actually going slightly uphill as you head to the east this way. And then the whole rest of this area going all the way east, all the way in here to this well-to-do area over here, way on the right, is all a good 6-8 feet above the water level, with stone wall um, basically containing the river. So the river level's several feet below the wall, so you're actually walking above the river when you're going east there. And the whole city is kind of like, as you can imagine, it's a river valley. So as you move away from the river, you're actually going uphill into the city. So this is the lowest point of both banks. Along the south bank, it's largely at there is no wall, there's no boardwalk. It's largely kind of a rocky shore up against the river all the way along here. You do find in the wall in several places small pipes coming out of the wall, maybe 4 to 6 inches in diameter. And there's nothing coming out of them. You presume that these are the storm drains that are just exits for rainwater to spill into the river. You don't see anything like that on the south side. And you don't see any pipes either in the wall or in the low area that would be larger than, say, 6 inches in diameter. So if there are large sewer drains, they might be below the surface of the water. So the entrance, the water entrance to the sewers might be below the river, and you would have to swim down to find them.
That might be something I could do.
Yeah.
You can do it as a fish, right?
Yeah, I can change into water creatures, right, Howard? Just to verify that, I believe I can.
We talked about that last session. I don't know that we came to a conclusion on it.
He can't do flying creatures yet, but he can do. I thought he could do swimming creatures.
Yes, I think that is the case. Now,
so
what?
According to the wild shape I'm reading in your description here, no flying or swimming speed.
Oh.
That's right. Level 6 druid.
Level 5 druid.
It's like, yeah, level 5. No, level 5.
So I'm looking up druid wild shape in Player's Handbook.
Because it has to do with those CR. So I think I'm at a CR 1/2.
So at 4th level, you can do things that swim.
Right. Yeah.
At 8th level, you can do things that fly. So you can do swimming creatures now.
Right.
I wouldn't suggest like a goldfish. That probably would be short-lived.
Well, I was kind of wondering about that because do we want to throw him in as a bass or somebody catch him fishing off the pier?
Well, one would hope he's smart enough not to bite on bait.
Yeah.
Well, net fishing.
How about an eel?
Net fishing. An eel?
Yeah, an eel would be good.
Yeah, because I was going to say something tougher like an alligator. Or...
I doubt he can do anything tougher like that.
Okay, good.
So he's restricted by CR level and what he's been exposed to in his past. So,
I'm a CR level. I'm a CR. I'm a CR 1/2, right?
So you can go up to max CR of a half. So things that swim that are within your realm of. We probably should have talked about this. So beasts. In terms of reptile, a crocodile is a CR 1/2 creature.
Huh.
Yeah.
A constrictor snake is CR 1/4.
I could be a reef shark. I could be a crocodile.
Crocodile would be amphibious. It could go in and out, you know.
There is that,
Mhm.
but I'd be a little worried that people by the shore would be going, "Oh, there's a crocodile! Kill it! Kill it!"
Yeah, I'd rather. It's probably better to be a little inconspicuous, I think.
The turtle.
Turtle, yeah, turtle might be good. Yeah, you're
They're
right,
little-
because it's amphibious. Or a lizard, maybe some sort
Yeah,
of swimming
Yeah,
lizard.
some kind of lizard. An iguana. An iguana. Iguanas could be mean.
Okay, well, I'm actually sitting in the tavern at this point, not knowing what's going on. So you'd have to come back, or I'd have to. You'd have to come back and get me, right?
Yep.
Or I've got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I
that's
don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what your needs are at this point.
well, and we'll go back and wait for Anna to come back before we do anything else. Find out the results of her trip and.
All right. Okay, so then go back to the Bright Blade.
Have fun.
So Anna's gone the entire day and Ray's gone the entire day. So it's not until evening that they both return. But eventually they both do turn up.
So Howard, while I'm in the Bright Blade having a few ales, I am kind of talking to people, asking, if there's any, is anybody familiar with the sewer systems or any labor, anybody work as laborers for the sewer system, kind of just poking around a little bit.
Okay. Roll investigation. What's that modify to?
18. Or do I get additional modifier? Can I just out of curiosity, sorry, can I boost that investigation with like enhanced ability?
So let's look at your spells. So you're talking about
Got your inspiration.
enhance ability. Yes, you can. So you can use I'm sorry, not Eagle's Splendor. Fox's Cunning.
Fox's cunning, intelligence check.
Yeah, it only lasts for a short period here.
All right.
1 hour.
Well,
It lasts for an hour.
Okay, I really want to know for the future. I got a pretty decent roll, so it is what it is at this point.
All right, so you chat up some people, trying to make small talk with them and try to figure out a way to talk about the sewer systems. A couple people seem a little bit alarmed that you're asking about the sewers, but one guy apparently some kind of worker in the warehouses says, the only thing he knows about the sewer systems, he had a buddy that worked trying to fix one of them at one point, is they're a little bit particular about who they let go down there. And that's all he really has to say.
Zed would know this. He would have
I think
Well,
if Zed knew it, he would have told us.
Well, he kind of did, though. He did say that, matters about the sewers are kind of sensitive. That's why the information's locked away, because they had trouble with Malorites in the past or whatever.
Correct.
On that note, I've been thinking about this. Do we need to maybe take some precautions against lycanthropes going down there, since we know in the past maybe we've had some Malorites down there? Silver, I don't know. I mean, you guys think that might be a good thing?
I don't know. I think the Judgment of Synthon will work on their ass. So
All right.
All right. So
I mean, is there even anything that we can do to protect ourselves from lycanthropy other than don't get bit?
I'm thinking of like to damage them.
That's just silver generally.
does it have to be silver to damage a lycanthrope?
Well, I mean, if you can get a magic weapon, sure, but I don't have one.
so the
I
way
know you do.
Well, yeah, but
they-
I mean, does it
I
have
can
to be
use
silver?
magic.
So
Well, I mean, I
they
can
have
roll.
damage resistances that silver weapons ignore.
So yeah, go get yourself some silver.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have a weapon in a pinch. Otherwise, I'm hitting them with magic.
So, what did we
Since
find out?
Well, I'll let Anna go first, but I have some news as well.
So everyone meets back in the back room, I guess, again.
They're home away from dojo.
Yep.
No one's talking.
I was gonna let
Oh.
Anna go first, but
All right. So the thing is that she spent the entire day at the Vault of Sages and learned several things, and so she wrote several things down with her little notes. So she takes out her little notes so that she can read this to everybody, so that way she doesn't miss anything or forget anything. So first of all, she would like everybody to know, as far as regarding the vault itself, that general access costs 10 gold pieces a month, and that restricted access costs 20 gold pieces a day, but you can't take the materials out. That there are different levels of restricted access, and you have to have a compelling reason for going into that particular area, and that at the higher levels of restricted access, that it could be obtained for exchanging information that would add to like the vault's collection and or knowledge, if you have something. So she went to the vault and asked for access to the section that had to do with the sewer, and told them that she was going to that she was doing some research about the Malorites, and that she was going to do like a Cirque du Soleil style interpretive dance kind of thing, and wanted some information. So they were able to let her into that section. And so this is what she found out regarding the sewer and the map. So, based on the layout of the maps, it looks like it's the old sewer system, and the old sewer system has not been used for 300 years. It's definitely, from what she could see, not part of the new sewer or the storm drain. Also, the old sewer is not connected to the new one at all. So there were two entrances. One is on the south bank and the other is on the north. And people used to work and live down in the old sewer using those same entrances via stairway to get in and out. So the only issue is right now, both entrances are currently blocked. The entrance on the south bank is being used as a marina kind of area for the rich people of the Silvery Moon for their pleasure cruises. The entrance on the north is now underneath a butcher shop. So she did walk around a little bit before she came back, just to kind of check to see if any of the entrances could be seen in either place. And from the outside of each building, there's no trace of the entrance, which seems to suggest that the entrances are covered, the buildings. Also, the other thing is with the old sewer is that it's kind of like an octopus, where there's like this central part and this other part that kind of fans out. It's not as orderly as the new sewer system. The new sewer system is more of a straight line, and they have like magical cleaning and all that stuff, but the old sewer is not like that. And then regarding the Malorites, there was a Malorite presence in the old sewer at one time. They actually built a temple down there, and they used to have services on nights with the full moon. But one time, a werewolf did get out into the city, and when the city leaders discovered that about this situation with the Malorites, they were kicked out of the city, and the sewer entrances were covered.
Nice.
It was a good information.
So how do we get into the sewers?
Gotta find
So-
those entrances.
Yeah,
Are
Bribe
they
That's
a butcher
the
to
issue.
covered by
purchase stuff,
illusions?
maybe.
Are they?
that's
they-
the issue.
Okay.
So I will throw out that while I did not find any entrances, I did find out that there is, well, just call it what it is. There's a little blood sport going on in the old North Bank sewer system. High-end gambling blood sports that they are
Uh-oh.
keeping on the down low.
Fight Club.
And the entrance is through the butcher shop.
I don't know that. I just know that the North Bank old sewers is a private blood sport currently being held that will definitely not appreciate us being there if we sneak in. However, if we can manage to enter someone who is eager and enthusiastic about participating in blood sports,
You are thinking my thought.
I think
I was like,
Richard
we
and I
got a
could be a
ringer.
good team.
now the trick is getting the invite. I mean, we've got Uhtred for the main event, and we've got the Black Pudding Hugger, which should be worth some novelty points, if nothing else. Or we can try and I'm sure that there are only so many people participating in this kind of thing. And here I pause and kind of check out the door to make sure that there's no one looking, because we don't have a cone of silence. Nothing?
The door's closed.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't stop someone from tiptoeing up and listening, right?
Oh, so you pop
We don't have
you
Zed's
pop
cone
open
of
the door.
silence here.
So you pop open the door and look around.
Yeah.
All right, roll perception. No, just the usual suspects.
right.
People eating, bartender, bouncer, barmaid.
Cool. I
They-
mean, we
they
are
don't
having a
seem-
meeting in a public space that has been infiltrated before, and we don't have a cone of silence to prevent us from being eavesdropped on. So, paranoia is good. So I'll go close the door and go back. So
It's not
I think that we could
paranoia
either.
if you're right.
It's not paranoia if you're right. We could try and enter Uhtred into the contest, if you will.
You need a tag team. It's a tag team. It's more.
All right. Well,
more
are you saying that
more flourish? Small guy.
Well, I don't know about-
I'm going to look at Connery and say, "You're that eager, is it?"
No, but I gotta do what I gotta do for the team. You know.
Okay. Well, if we can manage
that way
it, we can try and.
Uhtred's back. I have Uhtred's back.
You've
he has
Uhtred's
mine.
back, right?
Yeah, he has
right.
mine.
Well, you could be the manager,
Oh, yeah.
right? Carry the spit bucket and the stool.
Right.
I'm the cut man. All right, I got you.
Aaron can be Miss Elizabeth.
I do have healer abilities. You know.
There you go. So we could try and
That
enter
guy
Uhtred.
don't want to beat
We
you.
could try
He
and
wants
sneak
to muddy it.
We could try and sneak in through. This kind of thing strikes me as something that the rich people of the town would be most interested in. So we may be able to get something from the waterfront area where they enjoy their pleasure cruises, as Aaron said, Anna said, or. I have to imagine that people with that kind of money wouldn't stay in the sewers all the time. They would want to be at nicer places. So it's possible that if this is where we need to be, we may be able to tail someone and get information on where they are hiding. Or sorry, where the entrance is to the sewer.
Do you suppose this is an invite only?
I would imagine so.
So we need to get an invite. All right, gotcha.
We would need an invite. For that, perhaps if we had Uhtred just beat the shit out of somebody that was competing in it, maybe we could get an invite. I'm sure Uhtred would be up for that.
Hmm.
We would need to get an idea of who's competing, though.
Yeah.
You said what about
and then,
my
of course,
mother?
Right.
How dare you?
Of course, you'll have to bare knuckle him, Uhtred. That's not a problem, is it?
No, I checked around town before, looking for some sort of prize fighting thing.
I see.
And was told that it's too lowbrow for the town.
Aha.
So
Almost certainly, we're going to have to splash out some party funds to get a stake at the table.
well, if I win anything, we can put it back in.
I do think a wager.
Yeah,
would be in
exactly.
order.
I think that I think that anything that's at least implied to be rather high class. I got the impression that it's the idle rich entertaining themselves with blood sport. There's going to be some form of buy-in required.
I think LaFay ought to
I don't
at
know.
least buy in a little bit.
Somebody's going to have to sponsor him to get him in the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody's going to have to say, "I got a guy I want to fight in the pits,"
Yeah.
Right.
and that guy is probably the guy who has to put the money up.
You know, I
Understand?
think LaFay. We could set LaFay up as a rich, foreign.
I think that his court appearance might preclude that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we can't do that. Dang it.
I'm well known in town now.
Well,
However, I've got this horse
you
apple.
might get an invite because
Yeah, that is true.
You know-
You are known to be a man of seedy reputation.
could use that for
Our
advantage.
other opportunity would be to ask
I'm an
Springblade.
innocent man.
We could ask Springblade if she wants.
The glove does
information.
not fit. You must acquit.
No, what do you guys think of this idea? We could ask Springblade if she wants information on this underground blood sport,
That's true.
and
I
if she
like
has
that.
a way of getting us getting us an in, we can get the information.
I like the way you think, Ray.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we could try and sneak in, but we're not as a group sneaky.
No, we are not.
Well, I don't know. I think we're fairly stealthy.
I mean, I
In
could
the woods,
sneak in.
maybe.
Stealth is stealth, man.
I could certainly sneak in a wild shape form, but
It's not an option for the rest of us, I'm afraid.
no. But why do we all need to be there? Our goal is to what? What is it? What is our
Ultimately,
goal?
our goal is to
We
find
all
the,
have to
the
be
loot.
there because then we can find our way in and go in as a group. I mean, that's ultimately what we need to do.
But do we want to do that initially, or do we just want to get information on how to get in, and then there's the fight, and then we leave, and then we come back when we can maybe sneak in rather than go in with a bunch of other people in there?
So you
So-
think you can go in undercover as the fighters, the
Yep.
the gladiator thing, get information on how to get in, and then come back later.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's very James Bond, and I kind of like it.
Well,
Well-
if there's only 2 entrances, why can't we just post up some people to watch them and see who goes
We
in?
don't know that there's only 2 entrances.
No, we do.
We know
Well,
of 2 entrances. We don't know
yeah,
that there's
right.
only 2 entrances.
There could be more
That's
in
true.
theory, I guess.
That is true.
Well, I would say we should try as a party to go to the fight. You know, you guys are my entourage or whatever.
Right.
And then if we see a opportune time, we can slip away and do our business after the fight or whatever.
All right.
And if not, we'll just leave, and that will be Jason's plan will be our backup plan. You know, which is
All right.
now we know where it is. But
Sure.
I mean, he's right. We have to find it first, right? There's no doubt about that. And if somebody gives us guff about everybody coming, then you know maybe we break the party up. But I'd feel better, you know, just having
Right. I'd rather keep the party together.
yeah,
Just because mechanically speaking, out of character, it's kind of a pain in the ass to have everybody like, okay, now you guys go to this room. Now you guys go to this room.
Yeah.
right, yeah. It's less fun that way too. But
It is.
but
So
we'll
I'm trying
see.
to
I mean,
avoid that.
we'll play the situation as it goes. But certainly Ray is going to be my manager, right?
Right.
Who's the wingman gonna be?
I'm
Is it,
gonna go
is
full
it
hype man for you.
Yeah.
Uhtred the Spine Eater? You know,
No. What was my
The tusk of terror.
what was my I had a clan name. We'll work on that.
All right. So Ray's the manager. I'm the cut man.
Sounds like it.
What are we doing?
Nikki,
Bloody Hands. That's what it was. I was I grew up in the Bloody Hands clan.
All right. That
Got
sounds
it.
good.
Well, the key is going to be trying to find a way to get an invite. Do we bother Springblade with us, or do we try and scope out and hope we can find a fighter?
I don't know if we
It
want.
appears to be. Well, the reason I mentioned Springblade is one, she's got some pull in the city, and two, if we can turn a dime on this underground blood sport, that might be a big enough deal that it gets the favor off the books.
That is true.
Really?
Another question there, Ray. You said that.
Of course, that's a downtime
wait a minute.
gold mine
that's
for me.
information I don't have. Never mind. you have
Right?
you
I
have
I could be
someone-
doing this in my downtime.
You
you
have,
don't win it, Dan.
Yeah.
Ray, did you have did you have an actual contact, or he just was very vague about that?
It is a friend of a friend.
Okay, so you don't know. You can't just go ask somebody.
I can't just go ask. No,
Okay. All right.
there are cutouts for everybody's safety.
Yep.
So I'd say the odds of finding somebody to talk to as a group that's then going to let us in and then let us in as a group is probably pretty slim. I mean, I think it's worth a try, but
Right. I to be clear, I don't think Springblade can get us in herself.
No, I
But
don't
she
think
might
so.
have information on, oh yeah, there was some news about some oddly strong fighters being put up at a high-end hotel kind of a thing, something that would stand out, but there's no legal reason why they can't be there, but it's interesting that they are there,
right.
that kind of thing. And then combined with, well, we've heard that there's an underground blood sport going on with the the elite of the city that they don't necessarily want to be known to the authorities, that might be enough for her to say, okay, yeah, if you guys can do this, I can point you in the right direction and make sure that you're not arrested for starting a brawl with this guy. Because
Yeah.
wouldn't that suck?
He might own the thing though too.
That's
Well,
true. And we don't know that, but we do know that Zed thinks reasonably highly of her, and Zed seems to be reasonably honest with his dealings, to the point that I don't think that Zed would be involved in a blood sport. Therefore, I think that people he associates wouldn't be involved with it. But that's a guess on my part, not based on knowledge.
I think that's a reasonable plan. I mean, it seems if we just go around randomly asking about this, that it's going to be suspicious and we're not going to be trusted.
It's either that or we look for somebody staying in an obviously nice hotel that doesn't look like they fit. Think Mike Tyson looking guy at the Ritz, and then we throw Uhtred at him and say beat the tar out of him in the street.
Right. Yeah. Or we.
And then teabag him to shame him in public so that he gets to leave town.
Right. Or we watch where we think the entrances are and see if we can
see if we can spot him coming in and out.
Yeah, spot him coming in and out.
I somewhat wonder if they're not doing it from the high-end luxury water park area where they keep the fantasy yachts parked.
Right.
The party boats, as they will.
Yeah. I guess I would support the idea of going to Springglade and seeing if she's got a contact. I think that's probably our best bet, followed by just doing surveillance on where we think they would be coming in and out of.
All right. So then I propose that I will write a letter to her and have it delivered tomorrow morning. In the meantime, if we want to do some surveillance,
we can do both. Yeah.
All right. So Howard, after everything breaks, I have paper and ink. I will write a letter to Springglade detailing what we believe is going on and what we have heard is going on, and offer to provide assistance in infiltrating and retrieving information about the people there. And then I will deliver it to the maid in the morning, and requesting a response to the dojo.
Okay. So you write up a letter and deliver it to the manor?
Yes.
Okay.
That way, if she turns us down, it doesn't have to be a whole scene.
Okay.
And that's actually an in-game reason. Consideration for your contacts is important to keeping contacts.
Okay.
And then in the meanwhile, they can the rest of the party can scope out whatever it is they're going to scope out, whether it's the boats or the hotels or whatever.
Okay. And so you're going to wait for a response before you take your next action?
Well, unless they come back to the dojo to get me, yeah.
Okay.
I want to know if it's possible to make a healing salve, like that mimics a healing potion. Is that possible?
Something you
mean like a topical
apply.
healing potion?
Yeah, something that I can apply to his face, like I'm fixing a cut. And
You want slap patches?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd never considered it, Matt. I don't know.
I was actually thinking about the other day, so you're not alone on that one.
Yeah.
So sorry,
Uh,
Ray, you're going to do some surveillance.
I was not. I was suggesting that the party can do some surveillance while I try and contact
Right.
Lady
Okay.
Springblade.
Okay.
And I don't know. Am I the only one that wants to call her Lady Springblade?
I thought it was Spring Glade.
It is Glade, but I keep
Oh,
wanting
okay.
to pronounce it as Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. So, am I correct? There was two potential locations, right? That Anna learned of, right? One on the north
There
bank,
was a
one on the
butcher
south bank.
shop. There was the waterfront. And then there was a third option, which was the theory that the fighters wouldn't necessarily stay in the sewer systems when they weren't fighting, and that they, because of the money involved, might be at a higher end hotel.
Okay. Well, do we want to split into two groups and at least check out two of those locations?
I'm up for whatever.
You mean like the butcher shop? Go
Yeah.
inside the butcher shop and see what's it's like around there, or
I think it was surveillance, not necessarily going in.
Yeah, just kind of seeing if there's any.
I mean, maybe if you want a nice MLT, where the mutton's nice and lean.
I just kind of see if we see some fighter types coming in and out, some suspicious activity. I don't know. It's a long shot, I admit, but I'm
well,
not
it could
sure.
be either of them, really. I mean,
Yeah.
rough looking people going into a butcher shop doesn't
No.
seem like something that would, it seems like that would be less obvious looking than seeing like rough and tumble types go to the ritzy place. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
I think that is a good idea, because I mean, nobody would think twice if they saw some rough looking guy go to a butcher shop versus the fancy place. They see some rough and tumble looking guy, might be like, huh, I wonder what he's doing. So
Right.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I mean, I could. Yeah.
But I guess the question is who would be going to which location?
Well, why don't I mean? I can go to the ritzy place.
I'll go lowbrow place.
I mean, I'm wondering if I should maybe just wild shape into something relatively small.
Yeah,
And just
you
kind
know
of
what? I think
kind
what
of
might be
watch.
fun is like if Anna goes to the ritzy place with with a fake wild shaped as like a little flamey looking Pomeranian or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of goes and walks around or
Yeah.
something like that. I think I think that might be fun.
But yeah, I mean, I was thinking I could. Can I wild shape into insects?
Yeah, we actually looked that up once.
Yeah. Because I could just,
if
as
you
long
get
as I didn't get swatted or stepped on, but I mean, if I could be like a spider and crawl up into a corner or something and just hang out and watch for.
Fly on the wall.
Yeah, fly on the wall, literally.
The only issue would be if somebody tried to kill you.
No, I know, but I mean, even if I die, then I return to my
Ruins the
form.
stealth aspect of it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess I would all of a sudden be LaFay, right? In the
Yeah,
middle of a room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
say if you were to fly into the butcher shop and the butcher whips out a fly swatter and wha-bam, then all of a sudden the fly turns into LaFay.
Right. But I figure out if I just became a spider and kind of like, I'm sure there's spiders all over these places, right? So, just kind of crawl up into a corner, hang out with probably some other spiders, something like that. I don't think anybody would be, fumigating the place.
Have you seen what people do to get rid of spiders?
All right. So anyway, Anna and I will go to the fancy place. I don't know, Uhtred and Ferris and Conry. You want to go check out the butcher shop or the what's the other one? The bank location. All right, break. We're going.
All right.
All right. So who's going where? Just for my clarity.
And we'll agree to meet back in what?
Anna and LaFay are going to the fancy place.
Yeah. Why don't we agree to meet back in 2 hours, something like that? Hopefully by that time, Ray, are you? What you're going to drop off this letter? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you? So I guess we're not expecting to hear back from, even if you drop it off. We're not expecting.
We may not hear back
Yeah.
from her at all. She may just decline
Yeah.
to take us up on the offer completely.
Right.
But I figured it was a way to hit three things at once. Is you guys are doing stakeouts. I'm trying to get basically the police involved.
Right.
We're freelance police at this point.
Are you telling her in the letter about the Fight Club, or are you asking to meet her to tell her?
No. I'm giving her the details and what we want from her, and what we're offering in return.
Wait.
In the
Narcs?
letter.
It shouldn't be narcs, right?
You're a
You
nerd.
just get stitches, all that kind of stuff.
Why
You're just,
wouldn't
you're just
we?
now catching on to that?
Are
It's
we?
a game.
We
It's a
want
game
something.
within a game.
We don't want them trying to kill us. We only have so many ways in. So, I mean, if
But we're
the
not
group
telling
if the
Doc,
group
we're
doesn't
just
want me
telling
to,
her.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be better if you asked her in person, Ray.
I couldn't hear you. You cut out.
I'm sorry. I said I think it might be better if you send a letter saying
Yeah.
you want to meet her and then
Okay.
ask her in person.
All right. Well, I need to give her some information, so I'll have to tell her about, there is an event occurring in the old sewers on the north bank that you may be interested in.
Well, you could just tell her you have information that leads you to believe there's illegal activity going on in the
Sure.
city,
All right.
and that there may be some rich and influential people involved, and you'd like to meet with her to discuss what you know and maybe some steps forward.
Sure.
And you're leaving a way for her to contact you?
Yes, I said the replies to the dojo,
Okay.
which is why I'm waiting at the dojo just in case she sends a reply.
Okay.
So Ray drops off a letter.
Yep.
And then goes to the dojo.
I love how his thing is like flying across the screen.
I'm spry,
Mhm.
running across the water. You got to go really fast.
Wow, the
All
Uber
right.
here is great.
Yeah.
So Anna tells Conry, Uhtred, and Ferris where her research indicates the butcher shop is. The three of them go there, and sure enough, right here is a butcher shop.
Where?
Hold on. Every time I sit on Discord for a while, my map disappears and I gotta wait for it to reload.
Well, your token, when you get back into the game, your token is right outside the shop that she described.
Okay.
It's an L-shaped building, just north of where your tokens are.
Well, once Connery drops us off, he might go and I'm thinking Connery can kind of run between the two groups if there's a message that needs to be passed. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I can do that.
Get the speedy boy.
He's our cell phone.
So, what is your plan on observing this butcher shop?
Plan? I don't need no stinking plan.
So you're just loitering out front? Is that your?
Yeah, we're gonna act like our ox cart had a breakdown.
You are the ox cart.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go in and just see what kind of stuff they. I mean, you want some jerky, Uhtred?
You've been a good boy.
Is it displacer jerky?
Who wants a treat? Oh, hold on. I gotta be careful. My dogs know that word. They're all looking at me.
Is it displacer jerky?
Yeah.
'Cause I got high standards.
Yep. Yep. It doesn't. You don't feel quite as full intermittently.
Well, Matt, what the best part is that you don't have to put it out; it just vanishes.
Right. Shit.
But no, you could go in. I probably won't go in. I draw a lot of attention, I think.
All right. I'll go in. I want to take a look around just to see what you can see.
Yeah.
And
Find something we can eat.
what you want.
You want
I don't
the
care.
pastrami on rye.
Some sort of meat-like
I would
substance
like some
would be important, I
capicola,
think.
please.
I'll get a ham.
The
Let's get
whole
a
ham.
I'm pretty sure Uhtred would eat spam
He wants.
and be happy.
What's wrong with spam?
Uhtred wants some hard salami.
Says the guy wearing a robe.
Right.
Start calling you Hugh Hefner.
Yep. I need a pipe.
All right. So,
You've already got the grotto.
Right.
so who's going in?
Ferris,
Ferris is going in.
Yes.
All right.
alone and unafraid.
Yep.
All
Don't
right.
let him. Don't let him see you sweat.
So there is
Your
that.
Scottish accent telling me what's in August.
Want some haggis? Yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Some haggis.
Because
So you
everybody
go in
knows
there.
Super great.
half elves are all Scottish.
Yeah.
Some
You
black
go in there,
pudding.
and it's very much like what you would expect to see in the inside of a butcher shop. There's meats hanging on hooks. There's a case with meat that's out front there, and
Here's
You
some
know, there's
dude
all
in the
kinds
back
of-
hitting a big side of beef.
there's of course all kinds of cutlery and stuff around the
Got
room
Eye of
and
the Tiger playing in the background.
workspaces, and a dude looking something like this is standing behind the counter. He says, "Afternoon, what can I do for you?"
Hi, new to town and just came in to see what you got, maybe buy something.
Well, we got a little bit of everything. What you looking for?
You got anything that's smoked?
Oh, indeed. Yeah, we smoke some of our own meat. Smoke is out back right now. We got some deer in earlier today, and we're smoking that up. But in back there, I think I've got some smoked pork, and smoked beef.
Can I wander back there and take a look at it?
Oh, no. No, I can bring it to you. What do you want?
Let me get.
Elk.
Do you have any of the venison ready?
Well, it should probably smoke another few hours.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I have raw. I have some of the raw meat. It's not smoked.
Let me get some smoked pork.
How much you needing?
Oh, a pound.
Pound. All right.
You stone.
Goes in back.
I think that's just for Uhtred right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He goes in back and gets into a case, and he comes out with a big ham hock thing, and he carves off a bit of it, throws it up on a scale, and puts some weights on the other side, and puts it in his paper, and he says, "That'll be 3 copper." You're muted there, Elmore.
Oh, I had to pull up my character sheet to see my monies,
Oh, okay.
so I can pay him.
You got 3 copper?
I should have 3
That'd be
copper. I should
3
have
Lincoln.
a lot
Get out of the group.
because from the last time I had to use money.
That's 3 Lincolns.
Lincolns.
I'm looking for my money. Oh, there it is. I got 90. You know what? I'm gonna get. He said 3 copper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a
4
sidebar.
copper.
Is 1 copper a good tip for something like that? I would think so. All right. I'm gonna give him 4 copper.
10%. At least 15. You know, if you got money bags.
All right. I'll give him 4 copper because he was very helpful.
He says, "Thank you,
By
sir."
the way, know any place to bet on a fight?
I don't think that's prudent at this point.
I don't know, man. I think it's pretty good.
All right.
Give him a gold piece and ask him that question.
Well, hold on now. I only got access to my monies.
He wants.
You can get reimbursed.
He wants
You
the
can get
LaFay-
reimbursed from the
he-
party funds later.
He wants
it's
the
fine.
LaFay option here.
Only the thing
Yeah, you
gets
can
that
get
option.
reimbursed later. Just
Nod, nod, wink, wink. Know what I mean? Say no
I'll
more.
ask.
Can I put this on the company card?
Yeah, exactly. I have an
It's a corporate
expense account. Just put it on that, all right?
just
Anyway, I can't even be talking. You're in another location, so sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
What was that? LaFay's wanting to interrupt?
What I wanted to do was see if I could get in the look around. But pretty much it looks like it's just a
yeah.
stand-
Well, maybe with a gold piece, maybe. Mind if I have a look around?
Where's is there a good place to gamble on or do sport gambling?
You're asking that?
Yeah. I already told him I'm new to town.
At a butcher
Alright.
shop.
At a butcher
Yeah, you know where I
shop.
can make an illegal bet? Here's a copper for your trouble.
Gotta warm
Don't
them up.
spend it all at one place.
Roll persuasion. Let's see where this goes.
Oh. It'd be better if you just did it. Hold on. Persuasion.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't have anything good for this.
Use your
Set it up.
inspiration.
Oh boy.
Woo. He's gonna kick your ass.
He very curtly says, "No, I don't know anything about that. I just sell meat. Get out of here."
All right.
Fucking half elves.
That's it's
Bunch of
all right,
degenerate.
so I'm gonna leave and I'm just gonna give this meat to Uhtred for a snack.
Yeah, that'll work.
And tell him it's probably here based on the way I was answered a question, but
Does this look like spit? Ah, fuck it.
Ah. 1 liter of cola.
Oh man, that was funny.
All right, you got a pound of smoked pork.
Well, he's a half elf, so he had like an ounce.
All right, anything else you all are trying there at the butcher shop?
I don't know, Uhtred, you just want to hang out here while you eat your snack?
Yeah, I'll try and eat slow. I'll take it in 2 bites.
I
Just
don't know.
gonna savor it.
All
The
right.
guy seemed like he was hiding something, Uhtred. So maybe they'll watch us and come get us or something for a fight. I don't know.
Well, the bookie thing wasn't a bad idea because we could always go down to the bookies, right? And then get in an argument with whatever bodyguard or whatever they have guarding the bookies, beat him up, and then the bookie could see us, trouncing his guard and say, hey, it's like a little money on the side. Not a terrible thought. I got what you didn't work. But
All right. Let's talk about Anna and LaFay then.
Oh, we've lost LaFay.
Yeah, I'm here.
he's in
It's
rat
just on
form.
camera.
He's chugging his whiskey.
Later.
Jason's really into this, and so he's actually on the floor nibbling cheese right now.
I'm crawling up the wall.
That's fun.
He has to
Alright.
get into character.
Yeah. All right.
He's
Um,
putting on his Spider-Man underoos.
So Anna, you want to go in and charm somebody and walk around and see if you can meet some people. We're gonna split up.
Sure, we could definitely do that. Or if you want to, I don't know what form you wanted to wild shape into, where I could maybe drop you off somewhere. And
She had the
know,
idea for a dog. You could be her dog.
I think the dog would have been very cute.
Well, I was kind of thinking though. I mean, if I wild shape and we see a room or an area that we see people going in and out of, or something that we want to check out, being something small that can kind of maybe crawl through a crack and kind of just listen in would be good, rather than a dog or a cat or something.
Yeah. Well, whatever you want to wild shape into is fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think I will wild shape into
Got to
Something
remember
very-
now, this is Anna, so she's not gonna like to want to have a spider crawling on her shoulder or something.
no,
You know
like
what I mean?
a little box.
Well,
or
I
something.
mean, I
She
would just
doesn't-
probably
She
keep
doesn't have
him
a
in
tattoo
my
on her
pocket.
elbow of a spider web.
Like, ooh, you kill it. Oh, right, that's my buddy. Never mind.
Yeah, I probably would keep him in my pocket or something. It's fine.
A spider in your pocket?
Yeah, every once in a
Well,
while,
just like a
this-
little
this-
Are you
Yeah.
happy to see me, or is it the spider in your pocket?
I mean, he doesn't have to be a gigantor like tarantula spider. He could
No,
be
I
like
want
a
to be. I
little.
want to be a small spider.
Like a black widow.
Yeah.
But it,
So, anyway,
he,
so I've got what, 2
but
hours?
I
as
did
wa-
have
as
a question though. I did have a question about that, Howard. If he does shape, change or whatever, is there a way that Anna would be able to know right away that it's him versus some other generic spider?
No, I mean,
you ever watched a spider go like this and raise its front legs?
Yes.
Go, hey!
It's me.
Form of interpretive dance.
I mean, he would be
If I,
from a
if I hold 3 legs up,
Then
it's
you're
me.
like, oh!
so from a physical standpoint, no, he's going to look exactly like the real thing. Now, if he chooses some sort of exotically colored whatever thing that you're not likely to run into, it would be kind of obvious, but it would also be kind of obvious to everyone else. So I thought he was going
Yeah.
for something that doesn't look out of the ordinary and would draw any attention. So he's going to look like any other spider that you might find.
So before I wild shape, I'm going to discuss with Anna the fact that we're going to meet back at the entrance to this facility. That is going to be our meeting spot. And then I would ask her to carry me in, and I don't know if she's got like some sort of little pill box or some sort of little container she can carry me in. And if she sees a good location to drop me off, then go ahead and do that, because I'm not going to be able to communicate with her once I state form. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So,
Right.
So we're planning
Because
this
that would be
out ahead
freaky.
Yeah. Talking spiders.
Unless
So we're
you
kind
go
of
all
planning this out.
Charlotte's Web on her and start writing words into your web.
Right. So yeah, so we're planning this out. She's going to drop me off. If there's a location worthwhile, worth checking out that she can't get to normally, she's gonna drop me off. I'm gonna try to get in. Otherwise, if we don't see anything, she's just gonna bring me back out, and that'll be it. Otherwise, if she drops me off, we're gonna meet back in, because I'm gonna turn back in 2 hours, so we're gonna meet back in like an hour and a half, if nothing else, at the entrance.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, and then she's we've talked about her going in, kind of just being charming, see if she can meet anybody, not be too obvious about any questions, just kind of
She might be able to. She might be able to talk him into letting her perform, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
And he can understand her, right? He just can't respond, right? So, if she's jumping around and she sees something,
I assume
she walking around, she's like, oh, there's something over there. She can tell him that. He can understand it, right? He just can't respond.
Yeah, I can understand what's going on around me, right?
You can perceive everything that the spider would perceive, and you have your regular intelligence that goes, so you can understand, what's going on around you based on what the spider would be able to observe and see in the spider form. I don't know if spiders have ears. Do they actually hear
that's
sound?
a good question.
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of forgot.
They do, but not
Getting
in
on
the same
Google
sense
now.
that we do.
Yeah, I'm on to Google. Do spiders hear noise? Spiders don't have ears.
Uh-oh.
You can feel vibrations and interpret them.
But they're little hairs.
Yeah, they can feel vibrations, but they can't hear.
Okay, so we might have to go for like a little mouse or something then.
Yeah, they can still hear you.
Okay, we'll go for like a kind of a common mouse, small mouse, something like that, something that's got some hearing.
Okay.
I'll be in her pocket. She's gonna go in, charm, see if she can maybe persuade, to perform and at an event that involves fighting. Pre-show to the fighting event.
I mean,
no, not that obvious, but yeah, just kind of asking around.
I'm working on an exciting interpretive dance about a werewolf.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go in.
All right. So, this place is a little marina. in the building itself, they actually have some boats on display inside the building
Hmm.
that look like perhaps they're boats that might be for sale. And then there's all kinds of gear for sailing in there. Um, Things like sails and oars and ropes and everything that you would need to outfit your yacht, if you will, um, can be found in there.
So
And
is your yacht rock playing in the background? Just
what?
yacht rock?
Yacht rock.
Not familiar with yacht rock? Okay, forget it. All right.
No.
Okay. Kenny Loggins. Okay. Anyway, so it's basically these are high-end vessels, boats.
Well, and you could
vessels.
you could see on the map, you can see the piers that are sticking out onto the river,
Right.
and out there there's a couple dozen nice looking craft that are tied up to the pier. And so
Okay.
a snooty looking elf dude
Oh,
comes up and
Dude,
Like a
yeah, dude.
Thurston Howell in elf form.
No, it's the dude.
Oh, it's that dude.
It's the dude.
and I can't seem to find his
Hey,
picture.
man.
I think the dude is like the opposite of Stuffy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe more like Brant, Mr. Lebowski's house or butler or whatever.
Right.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, you know.
Yep.
Right.
Um, well, I can't seem to find. I
Stuffy
had
guy?
I had a picture picked out, and I'm not finding him.
That's all right. We'll just imagine a stuffy elf. Is that what you said? Half elf?
It looks to be a half elf. This will have to do, even though this is not a half elf. I've got him up on Discord there. I can't pull him up in the games for whatever reason.
You may go to
All right.
Discord. What?
So
Watch
he
stream?
says
Oh, okay, I got you.
you should always have watch stream on because I'm always putting artwork up there.
When I switch back and forth, it goes off of it.
So
Okay.
do you? He walks up and he says, "May I help you?"
So
You're on, Anna.
I'm going to introduce myself and tell him that I was interested in perhaps performing at the next gala that they were going to have, and that and then kind of tell him like some of her credentials, and also because her father is well known in the city, who he is, and that kind of thing, and
All right.
and go from there.
Let's see how convincing you are. Let's roll persuasion.
All right.
All right. First of all, is this a true statement that you are saying you are actually interested in performing?
Well, yeah, because I'm going to be doing my werewolf in the city performance, and I would like to perform at the next gala event, possibly Werewolf in the City or another piece that I'm currently working on.
Nice.
The tale of
All right.
two dwarves.
Oh, kinky.
No, that would be two dwarves with tail.
Yeah.
You're thinking of an entirely different play.
Yeah.
All right. Waiting on a die roll.
All right.
Oh. See, this is why you should have her out front all the time.
Even in combat.
Well, I don't know about that. He says, "Well, that might be very nice. It's late this season. We're actually not having any kind of events until the spring. But
Mm-hmm.
we do during the spring festival. We do an event here, and perhaps it would be possible for you to perform then. Once you come
Okay,
back
that would be great. Mm-hmm.
in the spring, and we'll see if we can work something out."
Now, would it be possible for me to, kind of look around your venue to see where might be a good location for me to do my performance? Because I might need depending on what kind of space you have available, I might need to, modify some things or perhaps, make some things a little bit different, depending on what you have available. So would it be okay if I looked around right now, or?
Let's do a second persuasion roll on that.
All right.
Oh, I would think she's already on that persuasion. Come on.
Ooh, golly!
Oh
Can I get a D6, please?
no! Oh, which one is the D6?
The square one.
Oh, okay. Oops! Did I do? It's one, isn't it?
Yes, one. I think if you right click,
Oops.
it goes down.
Two. Okay. Six. Oops! What did I do? Okay, let me right click.
All right, so that's a 9. 9's not a bad. He says, "No, I can't just let anyone look around. But when you come back in the spring, we can probably show you around at that time, and perhaps we can discuss where would be a good space for you to do your performance."
Okay. Now, would this be a good time for me to kind of let let LaFay out of the pocket, kind of in a down low kind of way?
What's
So
over
you-
there?
Pardon me. Am I
So,
getting my...
That's Superman.
So you're gonna try to smuggle LaFay out?
Look
without,
over there!
this guy
Wait,
no-
look over
noticing?
there. Look over there. No.
All right, so
Ah.
let's roll stealth and let's see how stealthy.
Okay, let's see. How
She
this
tries to
goes.
kiss him. That's what happens. Yeah.
Staring on him and ask to see the boss.
Yeah. Grab him in the crotch.
Oh God!
Oh no.
All right, so you go to try to let LaFay out, and you're trying to do it subtly while you're having this conversation with this guy, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, there's a mouse in here," and he runs to get a broom.
Run for
Uh-oh.
it. I mean,
I'm
LaFay.
Quick, he's gone. Take a look
moving.
around.
I'm gonna distract him while Anna looks around.
All right, so you're gonna run around and try to evade his attempts to.
But I don't think I have much of a choice.
Okay.
It feels very much like that scene from Little Mermaid where the crab is running away.
So where you're gonna run to. So there's like
Someplace.
three. There's like three wings in here. There looks to be like a two doorways that lead to the two docks on either side, and then there's a centerpiece that looks like it's got a big glass foyer that kind of looks out over the river, and there's like a little sitting area and so forth for people to look out, and there's a balcony out there beyond the glass that hangs out over the river, that you can perhaps go out there and watch the sailing vessels and so forth.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the doors to the left, going out to that's jetting out to the. I think it's probably where the marina
Okay.
is. I'm gonna look
Okay.
for whatever small crevices or holes to squeeze through. Looking for anything that a mouse can get through and hide.
Okay. Golly, roll perception.
And don't eat any
Perception?
cheese on the floor.
Okay, so it looks like there's a side entrance out the west side there, and it looks like there's a hole big enough underneath the door that you could probably squeeze underneath it.
I'm going for it.
Okay. All right. So let's do like an athletics check. See if you can just evade and. All right, you find moving around in mouse form a little bit awkward. You're new to being a mouse, or relatively inexperienced anyway. Um, so he's gonna get close enough to you one time and take a swing at you
All right.
God.
with his
What's he
broom.
swinging? His hand or his
No,
foot?
his broom. He grabbed a broom and he's
With a
swinging
broom.
the broom. So your armor class would be the armor class of your mouse form, right?
I would assume so. I have no idea what that is. But...
Well, I'm looking it up.
Can't imagine it would be very high.
Beast, vermin. Ah, well, they're actually spry. They get the dexterity bonus. They have a lot of dexterity. All right. He takes a swat at you, but you're a little too evasive, and he misses, and you're able to get to the door. He kind of kicks the door a little bit to make some noise to kind of encourage you to keep moving.
All right, I keep moving through the door. What do I see?
Well, you're out in like a little side yard there. There's a couple steps that lead down, and then there's a river on your right, and a bit of a yard between there and a building to the west.
Okay, well, I'm going to fairly rapidly kind of start looking around that whole, I guess, west wing area there. Kind of crawling around, going under doors, through doors,
Well,
I mean,
you're outside. You're outside the building now.
oh, that door was an exit of the building.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think I'm gonna crawl around and look for windows that I could peer through.
There
Are there any windows? I guess.
there are windows. There's a couple windows on the west side there.
I'm gonna crawl around, start looking through windows, see if I can see anything of interest.
Okay, so on the west side there, in that little area, it just looks like a hallway. It's got some of that gear that I was describing in terms of um, sails and ropes and buoys and um, all kinds of marina related fare that you would find. And then halfway up the building, it goes from an interior to like a deck area that heads out over the river, and that's where the boats are all tied up. So in terms of anything interesting, there's nothing that stands out that might suggest that there's a sewer entrance here kind of thing.
All right, I'm gonna kind of crawl down by the bank area. I'm assuming this thing is obviously cantilevered over the bank and then over the water, right? Or is it actually it's actually stepping down into the water?
No, at it's at the building level, so it's up in the air, a good 6-8 feet over the water.
All right, so it's kind of cantilevered or it's on post.
Yeah, it's on posts and
Yeah.
that go down into the river.
Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of crawl down by the bank where the water meets the land area, and I'm gonna start looking around, kind of probing around in that along the bank in front of basically along the waterfront in front of the whole building, kind of checking things out, see if I see any entrances or exits. Also, if there's anybody around, I might just kind of listen into their conversation. Anybody on the boats, that sort of thing.
So it's a cool fall day, and there doesn't appear to be anyone out on the water, in terms of people out on the pier, out on the boats. Place looks to be fairly abandoned right now. The building, as I described, there's parts that hang out over the water that are like piers,
Right.
that step down to the water level eventually. But right at the building, it's kind of more like a balcony that hangs out a good 6-8 feet over the water, then a stairway that goes down to that plank, that gantry that all the boats are tied up to. The building has got a solid masonry foundation on top of which the building sits. So it slopes down from like the southern portion of the building is the highest land, and it slopes down as you get closer to the river. But that whole section that's kind of exposed foundation there is solid stone, heavy masonry that forms that foundation. So it looks like, based on your observation down there, there's a lower level to the building, but you could only see the upper level from where you were up there. So there probably is some kind of staircase or something inside of there that leads to the level.
All right, I'm gonna look for any possible entryway small enough for a mouse to squeeze through, which would be probably about the size of a quarter, into that foundation
masonry?
area. What's that?
Okay. You're talking about in the masonry?
Yeah, in the masonry that would kind of lead into that lower area.
Okay. Some dice. that doesn't help. I wanted just one. There we go. You guys can't see these, right?
Mm.
Nope.
Do you hear them though?
Yep.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
understand that you are rolling dice.
Okay.
And that it means our doom.
Yes, our impending. We can hear our impending doom. That is correct.
So, it looks like to you, Jason, as you investigate the foundation, that there are two. There's like a fascia over the top of the original structure, and this fascia looks like it was added later. And examining it up close, it does not look like natural stone. It's definitely stone, but it doesn't. It looks like it's one piece of stone that somehow. I mean, the modern day. It looks like the modern day equivalent. It looks like concrete was put over the entire side of it. This is not obviously concrete because they didn't have those kinds of materials. But that's what it looks like. It looks like one solid piece of stone all the way around it. There's a couple little cracks where you can see the old foundation. So it looks like this was added at some point later.
Yeah, so it's like a facade over the old foundation.
Yeah, but it's very unusual to see that. Perhaps even something magical did it.
All right. Okay. So these cracks where I can see the old foundation, can I slip into those? And is there anywhere I can
No,
slip in?
No, I mean they're just slivers that have been slightly chipped away where you can see there, but you can kind of get your little claw in there to kind of see in there and feel in there, but there is still solid structure behind there. So this looks like some kind of reinforcement that they put on later. So there's two layers to the masonry that you're seeing here.
Okay. I'm also searching around for any animal burrows that may burrow maybe down below the foundation and maybe back up.
Okay. Okay. No, you find a snake hole. You're,
Probably want to stay away from that.
you're assuming that's something that probably hunts in the river. You don't find anything that's burrowing.
Okay.
Under the
I'm going
building.
to I'm going to climb up and the center part,
Okay.
which I think you mentioned was kind of an observation area.
Yeah. So there's a glass area, and then there's a bit of a deck that hangs out over the.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of climb up to that deck area there, kind of just peer over and see if anybody's up there. Or actually, I'm just going to be underneath. I'm going to hang out underneath it and listen to see if there's anybody out on the deck.
Okay. You climb up there. There's nothing going on out on the deck.
Okay, then I'm gonna come up onto the deck and I'm going to look for open windows, any spaces large enough for me to get inside that observation area there.
Well, the doorway is open. Apparently, he wants some breeze in there, so it's open.
Okay, I'm gonna if I don't detect any presence of anybody else, I'm gonna slip into that doorway.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be looking for any trap doors, any secret passageways that may lead particularly downward.
Well, he might
Okay.
be able to smell that too. You know, those underground areas would probably be more musky.
Yeah, they'd have a
All right,
definitely
roll,
have a dank smell.
roll,
I'm
roll
using all my
perception.
mouse perceptions.
An earthy
Sorry,
dank
roll
smell.
roll what?
Roll perception.
Can I use inspiration?
You can.
All right, I'll do it. They just check the box.
You uncheck it, but yes.
Oh, I check it. Do I roll an advantage?
Yes. Okay.
21.
So, not in the little observation area there, but in the kind of foyer area that leads up to it, there's a heavy rug. And based on how the rug lays, you think perhaps there might be a trapdoor underneath it.
Okay. If I don't, once again, kind of using my mouse perceptions, if I don't sense anybody's coming, I'm going to crawl underneath that rug, peel that rug back a little bit, slip underneath there, and see if I can see anything.
All right, it's a heavy rug. Roll athletics. You are quite the small creature right now. It's gonna be a hard rug to move.
Pardon me.
Oh, I'm not an athletic model.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
All right.
he threw his back.
Yeah, he threw his back out. Yep.
Roll d6. I don't think it's a. All right, so if you roll a 2 or higher, you're gonna have some sort of failure here.
Oh wait,
Sorry.
hold on. Wait, yeah, hold on.
Oh, no.
Oh boy, roll d6.
Oh, crap.
He's gonna kill himself trying to move a rug.
All right.
Well,
so,
I mean, he is a mouse.
My back.
Yeah.
so, you go up underneath the rug, and
Oh.
you're tugging and pulling at it to create enough of a kind of wrinkle in it so you can work your way underneath there. And as you're tugging and pulling on it, this table that's on the rug
Oh,
falls
no.
over.
He
and
hurt
hits
himself
you.
tugging on it.
Oh,
The table
no.
falls over and hits you, and
No.
you take 2 points of damage and turn back into LeFay.
Uh-oh.
Because I've only got 1 hit point of damage, right, as a mouse.
Yeah, you can't take any damage.
All right.
So
Okay. Does that mean I have to take a hit point off LeFay?
yeah, you do.
You want to do that? Or you want me to?
You do it because I don't have it open.
Okay.
And
Well, wait. And what?
Oop. Open the trap door.
Well, no.
hang on.
Isn't it my action though?
Okay.
You're moving into something else.
Yeah, you're making noise. You made some noise. You knocked over a table.
All right. Fair enough. Well, yeah, I'm LeFay. I'm going to peel back that rug.
Okay. Are you leaving the table? It was I had a leg that was on the rug.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna move the table out of the way so I can pull the rug back.
Okay. There is indeed about a 2 foot by 2 foot wooden trapdoor with a keyhole in it.
With a keyhole in it. Okay, well, all right, first of all, I'm going to try to open it. I'm assuming it's, I'm going to try to open it.
It's locked.
Okay. I'm then going to use my lock-picking tools. Do I have that? I guess I better check.
I'm just saying, where did you get lock-picking tools?
Oh, let me see if I do.
I would be
Is
stunned.
that Connery who's got? Somebody's got those, right?
I have them.
Oh,
But
Ray's
none
got
of
those.
them are with you.
They're
Well,
they're
Ray
not
had-
party they're not party equipment.
Ray had previously loaned me his lock-picking tools. No,
Just
Yeah.
summon your
That seems
Just-
very unlikely.
just summon your fire beast on the door. He'll set it on fire,
right,
and then you
we'll
could just
burn
jump
it.
through the empty smoking hole.
Right.
Yeah. It's at this point that I remind you that you cannot cast summoning spells or fire-producing spells in the city of Silvery Moon.
Ah! Well, you got
Okay.
2 transformations per day, right?
No, I got another one. Okay. How big's this keyhole?
About the size of a key.
Like a skeleton key?
Yeah.
Go, Ant-Man, go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my second wild shape and transfer into an ant.
Okay.
I was pulling for turning into a flea. They can jump far.
And they're nearly indestructible.
So I've
And,
used
and invisible.
That's your second wild shape, right? How many
right.
do you
So
have?
I got 0, 2 now. All right. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna switch into ant. I'm gonna crawl through that hole.
Okay.
Oh wait, before I transfer, I'm gonna put the table I'm gonna put back where it was. Rug I'm gonna back, except for I'm gonna kind of ruffle up the rug enough to leave kind of a little tunnel to take me to the keyhole.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to make it look like it's normal.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then I'm gonna-
downstairs with Karen.
Wild shape, and then
Yeah.
go down that keyhole.
Okay. All right. So you go through the keyhole, and there's enough light that you can see a staircase underneath there. I don't believe that ants can see in the dark, can they?
Of
Oh.
course, ants can see in the dark.
Fantasy ants can.
Ant hills. They live in the dark.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's stop. Petting hairs.
The insects have remarkable night vision.
Yeah. Plus, they have the little.
They're in the
Antlers.
dark most of the time, Howard.
I know they
Down
can
in the dark
feel.
holes.
I know they can feel their way through there. I don't know that they can actually see and perceive things the way that eyes would.
Many ants can see in the dark. So I'm just googling.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I think the game master needs to give us a little bit of poetic license here.
All right. So
Yeah.
There's
the
a-
bulbous eyes, kind of looking around. Yeah.
there's a staircase that's kind of a spiraling staircase. It's made of masonry. It goes around a couple times, and there's a room at the bottom.
Okay, I'm gonna crawl down. I'm gonna check out the room.
Okay. You get down there. There's literally nothing in that little room. Maybe 8 by 8. It's a small little room, and there's not even a stick of furniture in there. And then there's a masonry door in there, um, some kind of stone door, and it's got a huge bar across it and a lock.
All right, I'm gonna look for cracks small enough for an ant to crawl through around the edge of the doors. Keep in mind that doesn't need to be much of a crack.
I know. So there's a sliver along the hinge at the bottom that you think you can slip through.
I go for it.
Okay. So beyond there, I assume ants can smell. They can definitely smell, right?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
So when you get beyond that door, um, you do perceive a very dank smell. There's another staircase beyond there. It's again, a stone staircase. Um, Based upon the orientation, it leads back the other direction. So it's leading south, so, away from the river, and it goes further down.
So it goes away from the river further down. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I follow it. I follow it.
Okay. It goes down about 20 steps and ends in a small room with yet another door.
All right. Well, I will look for another crack to
Oh,
go
this
through the
this
door.
this one's not nearly as tight as the last one. So you go underneath that door, and you get to you can smell an old, kind of musty, dank smell as you go through there, and you can see sewage works. There's a long, straight canal thing that's right in front of you when you get out there. It's got like an old rusty handrail in front of it. Um, the water doesn't appear to be moving at all. There is some water in there. And there are no sounds whatsoever. It's dark and quiet.
Based on my knowledge of the map that I've seen, does this seem to match up with anything on the map?
Maybe it was crudely drawn. It's kind of hard to tell from your perspective right now. You're seeing the world as an ant, so things look very different.
Okay, how much
Maybe.
time is? Maybe. Okay. How much time has passed at this point? Like, are we talking like it's been 15 minutes or something?
Yeah, it
Since
takes a
I
while
changed
for
it.
an amp to cover distance. So, I mean,
Yeah.
even you've only gone a few yards. Just imagine how long it takes for an ant to go across a football field. It takes a little while. So,
Okay. Okay. I cannot use my spells in wild shape form, right?
no, you can't cast spells.
Um, Okay, I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna continue to kind of. I'm assuming this is the old sewer system. I'm gonna probe around a little bit more. Um, kind of trying to verify more that this kind of matches up with the map or not.
Okay,
To my
so
knowledge on that.
So let's roll. Um, what's your deductive reasoning skill? I forget.
A deductive reasoning spell?
Investigation, maybe?
Investigation.
Perhaps. I don't know. There's insight, investigation.
Insight. That's what I'm looking for.
You want me to roll insight?
Yeah. So, you're looking at the sewer based upon your kind of limited perspective as an ant, and remembering what the crudely drawn map looked like. This could be it, maybe. But it was such a crudely drawn map. Who knows? It looks like a sewer works to you. The map looks like a sewer works.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not sure if there's much more of a benefit of proceeding any further. I think I'm gonna head back up.
Okay.
Heading back up to the keyhole of going back through the two doors, back to the keyhole underneath the rug, and exiting. I'm gonna stay in ant form, and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of crawl around to see if I can detect any other secret passages or trapdoors or anything in that center part, any more in that center part.
Okay, roll perception.
24.
All right. So you investigate around. The rest of the place that you investigate, the foyer area and the other little arms leading out to the marinas and so forth, there doesn't appear to be anything else to the rest of the building. You find no hidden passages, trapdoors, anything like that.
Okay. I am then gonna, if there's nothing, if I've investigated the whole building, which sounds like I pretty much have, I'm gonna go out to the entrance and wait at our predetermined meeting location with for Anna, because she doesn't know I'm an aunt now, so I'm gonna go out and see if she's at the meeting location.
All right. Meanwhile, Anna, the half elf dude comes back. He's a little bit red faced. He's clearly been exerting himself beyond what he's used to doing. And he comes back and he says, "Sorry about that. We don't like to have those kind of vermin in our establishment here."
Oh yes, yes, I understand completely. Well, I just want to thank you for your time today, and I'm very excited about being able to put on this performance at your venue here.
Very good. We'll come back to us in the spring, perhaps if the spring festival, and we can talk about seeing if there's something we can do in that event.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm just going to just kind of, I guess, try to wait kind of near the designated area without looking too suspicious.
Okay. So you wait for a while. Roll perception. Let's see if you see the ant come up to you.
Yeah, now that might be difficult.
It's
Donk.
me.
Don't squish
All right,
me.
let's see, perception. I'm gonna use my inspiration point.
Ray.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa.
All right. Roll d6. I think it's kind of irrelevant, but go ahead and roll d6. Golly. Keep going. All right. So this ant catches your attention from way far away, and it's acting very oddly. That seems to be very focused and moving in ways that ants don't ordinarily move.
All right.
And it
So
comes right back up to you.
So she knows
right.
it's me. Well, I guess she does. That's up for her to
She,
determine.
she knows it's some kind of supernatural ant.
yeah. All right. So yeah, because if I'm waiting for a mouse and I have this ant coming up to me, that may or may not be LaFay. However, it is
Smash it.
acting in a way that it is acting in a way that is unnatural for an ant. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up in the palm of my hand and walk out the building with it and go to a inconspicuous area
And then just squish it.
and then whisper, "Is that you?"
I squish
Just,
her head.
just
I
squeeze
squish
it
her head.
between your
Make
Ah!
it dance. Tell it to dance.
right between your thumb and forefinger. Just
Ah! Ah!
That would force me to turn into myself.
Yeah.
Right.
How-
And then you
how-
drop the
how-
4 feet to
how
the
much-
ground.
How much?
toss him into the river.
I squish your head. I squish your head.
Okay,
All right.
so we're in a yeah. So I'm gonna leave wild shape form.
Okay. Yeah, you're
In her
between the
hand.
two buildings, so there's a kind of secluded spot
Yeah.
where people aren't really paying attention. You hope. All right.
All right. Once I do that, I'm going to let Anna know what I've seen and suggest that we. Well, I guess. Did we ever set a meeting location before we split up?
Dojo, I thought.
Okay. All right. So we'll. I think we've done what we needed to do here. So, Anna, unless you think otherwise or have another idea, which I'm open to, we head back to the dojo. The meeting
Yeah, I
location.
think that would be prudent.
Makes sense.
Okay. So we're gonna head back to the
Yeah.
dojo.
All right. Very good.
So I've got to do a restart on my computer, otherwise it's going to do it in about 50 minutes. So I'm assuming now's probably a good time.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll come right back.
Okay. rid of the stuffy dude at the. All right, so back to the party at the butcher shop. You guys have observed the butcher shop all day. People coming and going periodically to apparently acquire meats.
Like Arby's.
They go in, they come out with little packages.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Heroin.
Little black bag action
Don't be
going on.
fooled. It's heroin.
Yeah.
What was it in Breaking Bad? A Polo Loco?
Yeah.
Crazy chicken?
Polo Hermano.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right, you guys doing anything else?
No. Well,
No.
I can't think of anything. How about you, Uhtred?
No, I'm just looking for
Somebody
big
to
tough
beat up.
guys going in, but the fact that we would discover this sports ring was operating, and we hanging outside, and we just happened to be hanging right. It's probably pretty hard to believe.
Yeah, you don't see anyone that looks like especially, buff or fit or anything like that going in there.
What's across the street from the butcher shop?
A house.
I mean, like the next, 2 or 3 buildings.
So there's some. There's residences along there, along the waterfront there. Further down, there's some warehouses closer to where those big piers are.
Can you show me where the butcher shop is again? It's where my icon is, right?
Yeah, just north. It's that L-shaped building.
On the north side. Is there any place that would be a particularly nondescript observation point?
These are the backs of houses, like here.
Mm-hmm.
Here, these are all backs of houses, and then over here you start seeing some warehouses and some industrial kind of things. There's a shipwright, things like that are closer to the harbor over here.
Okay.
In terms of observations, no, I mean, this is a thoroughfare with houses on one side. So, occasionally there's a commercial building, like, this is a butcher shop, and over here is someone that makes pottery and stuff. But I can't say that there's anything in a place that looks particularly advantageous.
What's the distance to that pottery shop? Since I know this isn't to scale, so.
Maybe 50 feet.
Okay.
80 feet.
What's behind the butcher shop there? Is that
Trees?
just like a courtyard?
It's just some trees. There is a little bit of an alleyway behind there that people use to get to those buildings that are behind.
Okay. Well, let's head back. We'll touch bases with the party, and then I might come back and hang out over here by the pottery shop. That should keep me within my dark vision range of the front of the butcher shop. We might be able to pull like shifts or something. We keep an eye because I imagine these things happen at night, not during the day.
Right.
So, although the athletes might move in
They might come in there through the alley also.
through the back. You mean?
Yeah, if there is such, so we come back at night, might want to one of us post up kind of in the trees and just stay just to observe. Use my
Okay. So before we walk back to the bright blade, let's one of us walk down the west wall. One of us will walk down the behind and see if we can see any other entrance.
All right, meet in the trees.
Yeah.
Didn't we have someone else with us?
Connery, but he was going to run back and forth for updates from the other side of the party. If they're headed back, that he's told us that they're headed back to the Bright Blade. So,
yeah, I think it's worth just observing the building for doors and stuff, the butcher shop, and check out the trees. Maybe check out those other buildings in that, because they're kind of blocked off from everything else.
So you all are going behind the butcher shop and looking around?
Yeah, just kind of wander in the alley and stuff, and
and then meet up behind the thing.
Uhtred's gonna go. You said you're going down the east wall. I'll go down the west wall.
Okay.
Howard, you don't have a problem with my short rest here at the dojo, right?
No, that's fine.
Now, do we need to roll investigation or anything, or or perception, or?
You can roll perception. You're just looking for doors, right?
Yeah, doors and entrances and.
Well, there's a couple windows. There's 2 on the east side and 2 on the west side there, and there is a doorway in the back there, short step and a doorway.
Is that on the longer piece of wall or the shorter piece?
So the doorway, I don't know how precise I can be here. There's a doorway.
Okay.
And can we pretty much see the other buildings and once we're back here in the alleyways?
Yeah, these are all buildings. There's 2 buildings in the middle here. One of them looks like it's a stable. Has some horses and some tack gear. This one here.
Howard, I had a question. If I do the short rest, I don't regain the spells, right? That would be with the long rest?
That's long rest.
How late in the day is it? Is it getting to be pretty late?
It's time is kind of skewed here because you guys are doing things
simultaneous.
Yeah, so this that you're talking about is going on at the same time that LaFay is crawling around in an. These events are happening concurrently.
Yeah.
So what time is it?
Midday. I don't know.
Okay.
Early afternoon.
All right.
Do
I think maybe
the trees look like they would be a good place to hang out, to observe from and not be, easily detected? If...
Those are larger single trees, an old maple, an old oak. The people have left there to provide shades over the building.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'll meet up with Uhtred there in the alley.
Yeah, and we'll head back to the Bright Blade.
Okay, for the record, half the party's meeting in the dojo and half the party's meeting at.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were meeting at the Bright Blade. We'll go to the dojo. Sorry.
Wee.
I forget which one precisely is the dojo.
That's why I was asking you.
I want to say it's this one that has the thing jutting out from it, or was it over here?
That's why I was asking. I thought it was across Maliki's Glade from over there. I thought it was this one right here.
It is this one. Now that I think about it, it's this one, the L-shaped one right here.
Oh, I thought it was the other brown one.
They can.
They're all brown.
I was purposely being a little oblique.
Well, I don't know. I think the other one is gray. So
Yeah, I see. I would say that. I think
Very
that's
good.
where you meet in the middle, Brad.
So, what I would tell the rest of the party is that we spent the morning watching the butcher shop. Ferris tried to get in to the back, but the butcher wouldn't let him in. So we didn't make any real progress on finding an entrance.
Mhm.
Ferris and I were thinking about going back in the evening into the early part of the night, because that's when we would think people would be moving in and out if they were coming in that entrance stuff. But I almost imagine that whoever had it right in that, it's most likely they're just all going in through the.
Is it me or is Brad cutting in and out?
Yeah, he was cutting in and
Tiny
out.
bit.
Is there anything you guys need repeated?
We don't know.
So you're offering your theory at the end, and there was a piece of it that just.
Oh, well, I just said it seemed like whoever thought that all of this, all the parties involved went in through.
How's your session?
There. All the parties went in and then nothing.
All the parties that going in through the marina is probably right, not through the butcher shop.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and let the party know what I saw at the yacht club. I'll let them know that I did find a trap door in the floor of kind of the observation area of the marina that I was able to crawl through a keyhole, so we will have to find a way of getting through that door. I went down, encountered another barred door, proceeded down even further to another locked door, went through that, and came into what appeared to be a old sewer system that, although not definitive, seemed to generally match the description on the map. I can't be positive, but it seemed to be pretty close. And I would say that it's probably worth checking out further. If we are indeed want to find that location on the map, I think this is a good candidate. But we are going to have to be prepared to get into the place, get through one lock trap door, a heavily barred, I believe it was a masonry door, and then I think the second one was also a masonry door, but maybe not as well constructed. So I guess the question is, are we, and I need a little refresher on the map that Zed gave us the map, right?
Yep.
And can somebody refresh my memory on what that area, what was the purpose of giving us the map and what was the goal, the objective?
Same as the other maps. The map supposedly will have an indication of a cache of goods.
Okay.
And we are same as before. We're tasked with going there, finding the cache, and then returning it.
Okay. So I don't know if our goal is to find Fight Club, which this was not Fight Club.
Our goal, strictly speaking, is not to find Fight Club.
Okay.
There was a warning that Fight Club is going on.
Okay.
And that we should be aware that if we stumble on it, that could mean trouble for us.
Okay.
But our goal is not to find or deal with Fight Club.
Okay, got it. Did I say?
Sorry,
But-
Goochman.
But Fight Club is in the old sewers. And this section of map
Yes.
we think is in the old sewer. And so we were trying to figure out how we can get into and this Fight Club thing sprung up, and so we thought, here's a way we might be able to get into it if we simulated we were in a Fight Club.
Got it. Okay. All right. So I would say, although there's no indication that Fight Club, I didn't see any indication that Fight Club was down where I was. It did seem to represent the old sewer that we're looking for, and I would recommend that we develop a plan to try to get all of this in there. Whether that's going the Fight Club route and hoping that this is actually where it's going to lead us, or whether we just look at secretively trying to get in there. I guess that's the question that we have to answer.
So, Aaron, going back to our conversation on Tuesday, something Jason said triggered a bit of memory here. Recall that you got to see both the old sewer maps, the actual drawings
Yes.
from the technical drawings, and that the north old sewer and the south old sewer have extremely similar layouts. It's just the one in the south is smaller in scale.
Well, I thought the older one was more chaotic and uneven, whereas the newer one was more regular.
There are two older ones and there are two newer ones.
Yeah.
The sewer system on the south is separate from the sewer system on the north.
Are we looking for? We don't know if we're looking for the one on the north or the south. We just have a map.
Yeah. She didn't do well enough to figure that out.
Well, this is the best we got for now. So unless we want to continue to monitor the butcher shop, or it was the butcher shop, it was the yacht club, and then what wasn't there another potential location? Was it just those two?
No, it was just those two.
Okay. Well, unless we want to continue to monitor the butcher shop, I think this is the most probable location based on the information we have. I'm fine with monitoring the butcher shop for a little bit longer if we choose to do that. Otherwise, I suggest we think of a way of trying to get us all into that location that I found.
Well, yeah, I think maybe what if tonight, early afternoonish or whatever, we case both places, and in particular for the marina, it'd be good to know if there's night watch or guard there, and because we have enough people, we can also watch overnight and see, if we happen to get lucky and this happens fight, then we'll see something going on. But like I said, I if it's not the night of a fight, I mean, how likely is it that it's not occurring every night?
Yeah.
We'd have to be pretty lucky with the timing. But I don't think that's a bad plan. I think we'll case both spots with the idea that the marina is our plan A and the butcher shops are plan B.
Okay.
Same thing, because we'll look for a night watch. I doubt Ray could always pick the lock there, and we could
Almost
go in.
certainly, yeah.
Yeah, and look around. In fact, maybe that's the better solution. Maybe we have somebody the marina tonight. We'll do a break-in, Watergate style, of the butcher shop, and then we'll know if there's a night guard at the marina. We'll be able to figure out whatever's going on at the butcher shop. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah.
So I'll head back. I think it makes probably sense for me to head back to the marina with whoever wants to come with me.
I could come. I could come to the marina. Ferris probably stealthier than I am. Stealthy, but Ferris is stealthier, no doubt. So him and Ray can try the break-in.
Sure.
I could also go to the butcher shop in wild shape and just go in and look around.
Yeah, that might be a better idea. Because since we kind of have a idea already with the marina one, but we don't know about the butcher one.
That might make more sense.
Well, maybe we break in.
I think that's a better idea.
Maybe we break in, and then when we run up against a locked door or something that Ray can't get into, you could be the backup plan.
Yeah.
We could, kind of do like we did at the marina, where Anna goes to try to, and then let's buffet out.
Yeah, why even break in if I can go in? I mean, unless there's somebody that's in there that's going to smush me or something, right? I mean, what?
Okay, we could try it. I mean,
I mean, if you think of a reason that having everybody kind of break in, I'm open.
It's simpler. It's simpler, but
well, I've got my wild shapes back, 2 of them, so
yeah.
Shape. So that might be easier for Anna to just kind of go and.
Maybe simpler is the right term. Maybe more straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward.
Brute force.
There's less of a chance of getting caught.
I'll buy that. If you break in, I'm pretty sure between you and Ray, you could figure out. You can open all the doors that were closed before. When you were in the marina. Mm-hmm. The trap doors, the lock, you could just unlock it. But yeah, that's fine. You guys do your Watergate however you want to do your Watergate.
Well, we're talking about the butcher shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Watergate burglary, where they got caught. So
exactly.
Well, we're going to try and avoid that.
Yeah.
What were they doing? They were planting bugs.
Yeah, but we already did that. The bug is already left.
Well, they broke into other places and planted bugs before. They just got caught this time.
Right. But I'm saying the bug has already been and gone, so we should be fine.
Yeah, you're still putting a bug in there, but okay.
Okay,
Ooh, that
so I'm
might be
heading to-
good. Oh, it only lasts 2 hours. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Just say
exactly.
go in there as a fly on the wall and listen.
I mean,
Wait.
in theory, it could be 4 hours because I have two shapes, but.
Mm-hmm. Probably not
So-
long enough.
So I'm heading to the butcher shop with who? Who's coming with me?
Yeah,
Ray.
Anna will go.
Ray,
Anna will go.
Ray and Anna, and then.
Well, I was
Uhtred
going to go
and-
hang out at the marina. I could probably, you know, I don't care. I'll go. I'm not worried about getting.
I
That was
think if we
Ferris that
do
was
like
gonna
the
go.
same, I think if we kind of do the same thing that we did before, where Anna goes in to talk to the butcher person and then kind of lets LaFay out, that might because the butcher's already seen Ferris and he already asked
well,
him
and-
that kind of suspicious question.
Or are
okay.
we waiting till closing time?
Well, yeah, that was my question: is should we wait till closing time, or should we just try to, if you're gonna be a little mouse anyway, would it even matter?
I'd say wait till they're closed.
Yeah, I think we wait till it's closed, and I think as Uhtred said, the activity, the Fight Club activity would be starting at night. So I think we're looking for those types of observations, right? The marina was dead during the daytime, so I
Yeah.
think coming back at night to the marina and the butcher shop's probably the better choice.
Yeah, because the least with the good thing about LaFay being able to wild shape into those little creatures is that he could, even if the shop is closed, he could probably squeeze under the door or something.
Right. So I'm going to go to the butcher shop, wait for nightfall, which I don't know what time it is.
You could always
Um,
go through the keyhole and then see if you can open it from the other side.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to the butcher shop. Anna's coming with me.
Yeah.
Uhtred, you're going to go to the marina with
I'll go with them. We got
Ferris.
night. If we're doing this at night, we probably gonna want to be able to watch with some night vision.
And then Ray, you're coming to the butcher shop, and Conray, what are you doing?
I'm sport.
Go to the marina.
Yep. I'm wherever you need me to be.
Actually, yeah. Why don't you come with us to the butcher shop and just kind of.
I'll be in the
Just think that-
shadows, and if you need
Yeah,
support,
things go awry. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
He's the beat tenderizer.
Yep, that's right. I'm the guy who gets a close up and then just does a facial thing,
Doing facials.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a bukkake monk.
Oh my God.
Well, we've just been demonetized.
Yeah.
Right. Hello.
There goes my retirement plan.
Thanks, Brad. God.
Getting that'll probably get you more views.
Only on Twitch.
See live the bukkake monk practice his art.
I am so sorry.
Oh.
Done. Done.
All right. So, who are we starting with here?
well-
Y'all are.
You could probably set us up. We're not. I doubt if we see anything. So,
So you're just observing who comes and goes.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're skulking in the shadows, hopefully successfully.
You are the knight.
All right. Roll stealth just for fun.
Oh shit.
Stand by.
And then Team Butcher Shop.
You.
Yes.
Did we roll for stealth already?
Well, you can roll.
Jeez, and I am not rolling.
You
Very
trip
well.
over yourself and fall down.
Okay.
Oh man.
Very good.
You don't even think you're stealthy at this point.
I even
Yeah.
have good numbers for that, and
Do you
still
need
can't
me
roll.
to roll?
I know the feeling. all
Maybe you
too
should
well.
just, since I rolled better, stand behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Uhtred's like the Harry Potter, you know.
There you go. There you go.
Nope. Nope. Don't know it. Harry Potter.
Is
don't
Anna
know it.
rolling stealth also?
Do
I
I need to
shoot-
roll a d6?
Look, everybody wants to roll something. Let me roll, for Christ's sakes.
There you go. I am invisible. What is that? What is that?
Are we all rolling stealth, Howard?
No, that team is hiding in the shadows, watching what's coming and going. You guys are.
All right. I gotcha. Okay.
No one has
The
any
pot-
idea that I'm even here.
Henri, who?
Yeah.
You're so stealthy, we forgot you're there, so we're gonna
Yeah.
keep your cut.
Yeah, that's right.
The invisible Bukaki monk.
You know,
So that's the title. That's the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we want to get demonetized, it
I
is.
think that
And,
might
and
get
I
us
bet you
banned.
get, I bet
see,
you get
here-
10 times the number of hits.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking early on. See, Jason was talking about maybe having his kids, play a separate D&D session and so forth. That's like,
Yeah.
well, we could use these videos as training for those kids. I'm like, no,
Yeah, not
we
this
can't.
video.
Well, I mean, it depends on his parenting
this one.
style.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they live in California, so
They're gonna
I mean,
learn sometime.
there's literally
Yeah.
nothing going on that get exposed to at one point or another.
All right. So what are we doing at the butcher shop?
You guys
You're at
have
butcher shop.
All right. So I'm going to consult with Ray. I think Ray's going to take a look at the lock situation.
Right.
I'm going to ask him, what do you think? Do you think you can pick that and get in, or should I just tape now, or do we maybe
Sure.
Conry and Anna can kind of be in the wings, kind of lookouts, and Ray
I'm gonna
and
have
I.
to ask Howard because we don't pick locks that often. What do I roll for lock picking, Howard? I have the tools.
Yeah, I think that means that you get to roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of
Oh.
hand. Okay.
Um,
And not that I think that I need it on the butcher shop's front door, but what do I do for check traps?
that's a perception roll, right?
Perception roll. If you say so. I don't remember, to be honest. Neither
That's
group
perception.
does a whole lot of lock picking and checking for traps.
No.
So I guess I will do a perception roll first to see if there is any I guess it technically would be called a trap, but like a doorbell kind of a situation.
Oh, it's something that's going to make noise if you open
Yeah,
the
yeah,
door.
yeah. Like a standard, just a doorbell, literally a doorbell.
Okay. No, you don't see anything like that.
All right, and then a sleight of hand check. Any benefit from having the tools, or they just prevent a disadvantage?
What do the tools say? I think the tools should give us a clue. I'm going to confess that I haven't had a whole lot of experience doing this piece.
Same.
Thieves' tools.
Oh, I get a proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
All right, so I roll my sleight of hand plus 3. So I don't have. Oh, here we go. +3. Let's see if that does that.
Oh, there's actually a use thieves tool button. What does that do?
I don't know. Let me click on it.
It rolls dexterity. Huh. Okay. Or just roll sleight of hand.
Right.
And then we'll add 3 to the result.
Exactly. So that's 26.
Ooh.
Do I need to roll the d6 or?
No. So
The
are you
door
doing
just
Come
this
on,
right?
you know you want it, and the door just opens.
So you're doing this right on the street?
Well, I mean, I can't move the door to the alley. I assumed that we were
Are
in
you
darkness.
trying to do this?
Are we in darkness?
Well, this is Silvery Moon, which
Yes.
has street lamps.
Street lamps.
So there really isn't that much. I mean, there are shadows and so forth.
How
You
late
are
is it?
pretty much.
I know we came after closing time, but are the streets emptying out, or is it like, did we
Well,
just
there's still-
decide to go early evening?
There are still people that are going to be milling about.
All right. I guess
I
we'll
mean,
check
you
for a
know,
back.
after all, they don't have to go home. Can't
Right,
stay
right.
here.
Can't stay here.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm gonna say that Uhtred would approve, and we're just gonna go around to the back door.
Okay, so now are you trying to be stealthy when you go back there?
Since we are in public, I feel like trying to be stealthy would be more noticeable than not. So unless there is a reason like guards are patrolling, I'm just going for a walk down an alley.
Okay.
Is there a back
Okay.
door?
There's a back door, yeah.
And is it in an alley or is it on a more populated street?
No, it's a. I guess you would call it an alley.
Okay.
Um, there's trees. It's kind of something of a courtyard, something of an alley.
All right. Is this like a business area or is it residential back here?
Well, it's mostly residential, but there are a few residences that have storefronts,
Uh-huh.
and then there are a couple buildings like this butcher shop, which are clearly purely commercial.
Really? Okay.
But
Any foot
it
traffic
looks
in the
like
back or anything?
it looks like this is a 2-story building.
Okay.
The second story might be a residence.
Okay. So I make sure to point that out to everybody. And I guess I need to re-roll to check the back door now.
Yeah.
Such a good roll to begin with. Now I gotta redo it. Let's see here. A perception check. 12.
All right. Once again, you do not see anything that resembles alarms or bells or
All right.
klaxons or.
I guess I will be stealthy for the purposes of concealing the fact that I'm picking the lock.
Okay.
Oh,
Nope. Nope. That's a 27.
there it is.
I'm very lucky. Lady Luck likes me. All right, so I got a 27 for stealth.
Okay.
And now I will sleight of hand the door. And
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and, since there's no one that can help me, I'm going to use an inspiration to make sure that I can get in.
Okay. 12. Yeah, actually the door unlocks.
All right. Okay, I remind everybody to be careful and quiet because there are possibly people upstairs.
What?
So is everyone back there going with you?
I don't know.
Why don't just I go with you and the
All
others
right.
can.
Can stay out at the back door and watch our exit.
Yeah.
All right. I think we can actually both see in the dark now, so that's good.
Yes.
So we will, using LaFay's instructions, we'll head for the trap door. And I am assuming that I need to pick that now.
Trap door. The trap door.
No, the trap door is in the marina.
Oh, I thought it was here. Sorry.
Yeah. No, we're looking around. We're trying to find any trap doors or.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
All
that
right.
far yet.
So, investigation for looking for stuff.
So LaFay did it with perception because he was trying to.
Well, he was trying to see something quick. I'm here taking my time.
Okay.
I do have a +6 perception, by the way. So.
Well, we can both look in our own way.
All right, I'll do perception.
Well, actually, it's either that or I can help you try and find stuff to give you advantage. How about that?
Let's do that.
I will help you to find anything of interest.
Okay.
So you can roll your
LaFay,
perception at advantage.
You've gone in as with him?
Yeah, he said he was.
The two of us are going in.
All right, I need your stealth roll.
Myself?
Yeah. Your stealth is not only not being seen, but not being heard. Okay.
Like children.
Right.
All right. So you go in. It's a small-ish area. Looks like this is where the meat prep and the meat, butchery actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Conrad, did you hear that? Yeah. That's where the meat prep and the meat work goes on.
Yep, I heard that.
So I will use a piton to prevent the lock from closing, and then close the door. So for all appearances, it looks closed and locked. If someone were to see it from outside, okay. But we can get out without having to worry about it.
Okay. Very good. Beyond that room is a second room. On the right is a staircase, and there's a door underneath the staircase.
So the staircase is going up, and there's a door underneath. Got it.
No, I'm saying there's a staircase. It's kind of like, Harry Potter with the little...
Right. Okay. But I'm saying the stair goes up.
The stairs go up, and they're open air.
Okay.
And they lead up to the second level, obviously.
Yep.
And then there's another little doorway under the tallest part of the stairs that looks like it's almost a full-size door. Maybe there's a cupboard or something underneath there. All right. On the left side of the room is looks like storage bins.
Mm-hmm.
And there's markings on them. They say things like, smoked pork, and this written in charcoal on the side,
mm-hmm.
all over the room. And then there's a doorway off to your left leading to that east part of the building that makes the L shape.
I whisper to LaFay that let's try and deal with the first floor, then we'll come back to the second. Or sorry, to the door under the stairs, I should say.
Okay.
So we'll check out the one that goes to the L shape.
Okay.
And I guess I will start by seeing
a
if I
doorway.
perceive anything.
So that's a doorway here. It's just a doorway. There's no door.
Oh, doorway. Got it.
And you can peer through there, and there's a counter. And there's bunches of stuff below the counter, meats and etc. And then beyond the counter, there's the other door that leads out the front.
Got it.
There's a little area where apparently it's intended for receiving people who are buying meat.
Okay.
Well,
Downstairs it is. Or, well,
yeah.
the doorway it is, I should say.
So while Ray's going through the doorway, kind of looking in there, I'm gonna kind of look around the room that we came into for any trap doors or secret passageways, kind of stealthily kind of moving some of the bins and things, just kind of looking.
All right. All right, so roll perception and roll stealth again. You're moving stuff, so you're going to be making more noise. So a bit of investigation. You move aside some boxes to see if some things are, maybe there's a trap door beneath it or behind it or whatever. Start moving stuff around. Something falls off the top of one of the boxes, like a meat hammer or something falls and hits the floor, and you make a bit of noise, and you hear something from upstairs move.
That was an 8. That wasn't a 2 that I rolled. All right.
Yeah, but you're moving things around.
Yeah,
You're making noise. I'm not saying
quiet,
that you.
dude. Quiet. Okay, so we hear something upstairs move. I'm going to look for a shadowy location, little hiding spot. Can Ray hear this also?
Yeah, I would assume so, but I'm not sure if I'm in the room with you now or still at the front of the shop.
I think you moved through that doorway. Right?
Well, I was certainly looking, but if it's just the front of the shop, then I don't need to really do too much.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna move into a hiding location until I'm sure nobody's coming down, or if somebody comes down, I'm hiding.
Okay.
In the dark.
Yeah, I guess I will take a hidden position as well behind a barrel.
Okay.
Oh, what fell?
A meat hammer.
Yeah, it was sitting on one top of one of the boxes. And you went to move.
Okay.
There.
And I'm before I go hide, I'm going to pick up the meat hammer and just put it back where it was very quietly.
Okay. All right. You see light start to come from down the staircase. And you see a guy. You both have night vision, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Effectively, anyway.
So you see a guy wearing pajama-looking clothes, sleeping clothes, like underwear of some kind. But this dude comes stumbling down, and he says, "Lars, is that you?"
I'm certainly not going to answer.
No, we're quiet, remaining in hidden position.
Okay. So he goes stumbling through. So the staircase is like over here. He comes down. He has to make a U-turn. He goes back through the shop. Look at him real quick. Steps around and goes to the back door, and he looks out the window next to the back door there and looks around. And then he mills about for a second or two. He's carrying a candle on one of those little kind of like ringed candle holder things that people carry candles for, and then he stumbles back through the shop and goes back upstairs.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
going to. I guess I'm going to kind of move towards. Ray, did you go through the entryway or not? I can't remember if we decided.
Yeah, I just confirmed that the doorway opening is to the front of the shop.
Okay.
So any hidden areas aren't going to be in full view of the street.
So I'll join Ray there, and Ray.
So, same thing. I'm going to help LaFay with his perception on the doorway, the stairway doorway.
So the
So
door underneath the stairs. What's he
Correct.
trying to perceive?
If there's noise from underneath, like Harry
Oh.
Potter's living under there or something,
Okay.
house gnomes, you know.
So we're gonna
roll-
listen at the door before we attempt to open it. Is that
Correct.
okay?
All right. Roll perception.
At advantage.
Connery.
So yeah, I'm
advantage.
helping you.
Connery, Anna.
Yeah.
There's a guy coming down the alleyway.
You cut out.
I think there's a guy coming down the alleyway toward you.
Yeah.
There's a guy coming down the alleyway towards you. So I need Anna and Connery. Are you trying to be stealthy back there?
Just pretend you're making out, and he'll keep going.
It's Lars.
The classic spy movie.
right.
And he's got a big dog on a leash.
All right, now we make out.
Time to roll performance, Anna.
We can do that.
Just don't roll too good. He might stay to watch.
Yeah.
I like that reaction.
So you guys are really smooching down there in the.
Oh, I'm not there to tell them that. They can do that on their own. Certainly, it would ease suspicion, but
Yeah,
That's
just kinda,
entirely
I
up
gotta
to them.
look at her and go.
Say what?
Just kind of look at her and go, okay.
I'm okay with it.
All right.
Henry's not a bad-looking guy, right?
Right, he's not a bad. I mean, I think comparatively speaking, him and Ray are probably the two best looking in this group or something.
Whoa!
right,
Whoa!
But he is the Bukkake monk.
Yeah.
So-
All right, let's see if you guys are selling it. Roll performance.
All right.
All right.
Do we get to help each other?
I think well,
Oh, that's a sell.
Anna's selling it. Let's see if the monk has got any kind of showmanship.
Yep.
Got any game?
let's see if the monk's got game.
It's
It-
all
it's
on,
okay,
it's all on
Connery.
her. It's all on her.
Yeah.
It's hard when you've never had any experiences from the
That's-
monastery.
That's right.
So,
He's
so like
oh.
Anna's totally selling it, but Connery, he's just like, she goes to tilt left, and he goes to tilt left at the same time. Their noses collide, and that
I think
Come
we
on,
know.
you gotta give it some synergy.
totally trying to sell it, and he's just, he's all flustered. He's
Never
just
kissed a girl before.
That's right.
He's more comfortable with his snake pants.
So anyway, this guy, he comes down the alleyway. He's got this dog, and he sees you guys, and he kind of stares for a half second, and then rolls his eyes. And the dog seems very interested to come over and sniff, and kind of growling a little bit. And he has to yoke it back and um, pull it up this little 3 set stairs to get, and he goes right up to the back of the butcher shop and just starts banging on the door.
Yep. There you go.
All right. Well, when I hear that, I will. I need to slip over and remove the piton, and I'm assuming that it's just a turn on the inside for the lock, not a key. But I need to relock it.
Actually, it's a bit of a deadbolt.
Okay.
The piton's not really.
Well, the piton was just there to hold it closed. So
Okay.
if it's just a deadbolt, I can just throw the deadbolt again and then pull the piton out.
Yeah, but it's a key deadbolt. You need to have the key to throw the deadbolt.
I didn't need the key to throw it the first time. Well, let's see if I need it the second.
So you're very quickly going to try to, while this guy's banging on the lock it.
Well, leaving the piton in is kind of a dead giveaway. So unless we're going to butcher the butcher, I kind of got to do something.
All right. Let's see your sleight of hand skill now.
Yep.
16.
All right,
Above
very good.
average.
So the guy apparently.
And then I go back behind the barrel.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll too while you're doing this. All right. Pay no attention to.
He has no idea who he is.
You're okay. Connery, you lost track of Rafe there for a moment.
Yeah.
Or I should say, LaFay, you
Right.
You
He's
lost
so
it.
stealthy.
Just a
I lost
shadow
him.
just swooped in, relocked to the door, and swooped back.
Yep.
okay. So
It's
the
that black
sound from
cloak.
upstairs at the sound of the beating on the doors upstairs once again resumes, and he the same guy comes stumbling back down with his candle in his hand, and he's muttering something unintelligible. Gets to the back door, barks, "You're late," and throws open the door, and the guy and the dog comes in, and the dog is just like pulling on the chain the whole way, and he opens the little door underneath the stairway, and he takes the dog inside the door, and then the man goes in there too, and the butcher shuts the door and goes back upstairs.
Right. So the guy and the dog went through
They
the door
went in the
under
room under the
stairs.
stairs,
Yeah.
which implies it's probably a basement or something bigger. Or they're just huddled up under the stairs waiting to attack us as soon as we open the door.
So you could hear footsteps going on steps
Okay.
as the door was closing.
All right. And the doorway under the stairs wasn't locked, so that's just a open up. I guess I need to reopen the back door because I think that if we're all going down, we should probably all go down. See, another sleight of hand roll.
Yeah. Okay.
18.
Yeah, you're learning how to work this lock just fine. You open it back
So
up.
I'm going to discuss the idea of very quietly with Ray of wild shaping into an ant and going to check it out before we all go down.
Sure. Maybe a mouse. It's a little bit faster than an ant,
Okay.
or even
I guess,
or a snake. Something with more speed than an ant.
okay. Yeah, maybe you're gonna have to. You might have to
A
open
ferret,
the door.
perhaps.
You might have to open the door for me, though. I guess.
Sure.
Right? 'Cause the door is shut.
Well, and
but
the dog may react to a mouse, right?
That's true.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't look like a terrier, but still.
I
Yeah,
mean-
pretty much anything small is open for attack.
Yeah, except for an insect. I don't think a dog's gonna care about an ant. But
Yeah, too bad you can't do flying speed.
I can do a giant wasp. I did actually do that research. That's the one flying thing I can.
How
turn
big
into
is a giant wasp?
Probably too big to be very stealthy.
I'm just trying to get an idea because in Fantasyland, giant wasp could be like the size of your thumb or the size of your car. It could be anywhere in between.
Let's see. Giant wasp.
Insect. Giant wasp is not described. I mean, it's very small.
As long as it's not like
I'm gonna say we're talking baseball size.
baseball
gonna-
size, that's still going to be really easy to
Notice.
pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to another one, it's considered a medium beast.
Yeah. Medium
So
beast.
way too
Medium.
big.
That's human size.
Yeah. Challenge
That's a-
rating is 1/2.
That's a big wasp.
It's a really big wasp. That's what I was saying. Giant wasp. There's a lot of wiggle room in that description. Yeah, that might be too big. I'll let you pick, LaFay. You know your shapes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go ants again. I think I gotta. It's relatively dark. I'm gonna be. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but
All right.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my wild shapes. Go into an ant and proceed through the door.
All right. And while he's doing that, I will tell Conry and Anna what's going on.
And but before I wild shape, I'll let Ray know that obviously I need to be out of there in 2 hours. If you don't see me in 2 hours, there's something wrong.
If we don't see you in 2 hours, book it. Got it.
Yeah.
Abandon me and leave me to my fate.
Yeah.
I do ask Conry,
Yeah.
do you think that we should tie up the butcher?
Conry's busy kissing Anna for some reason.
I give him
Or
a moment
totally
to realize
missing the
that
mark,
there's no one there
rather.
to perform.
Yeah, I'm like, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we should tie up the butcher.
The only thing is, if we tie up the
What were
butcher,
we
though,
doing?
won't that like, wouldn't that make it like, kind of, I don't know.
Obvious that we were there.
Wouldn't that
it would. But
possibly
I,
put us on the bad side of the law too?
only if we get caught.
Yeah, you know.
Well, why tie him up if he's upstairs in his room, right?
It depends on how well the stealth rolls are, right?
That's right. Because if he comes down
I'd
the
rather.
stairs,
I'm trying to decide: do we tie him up and leave evidence that we were here, even if it's generic evidence, or do we risk having him come down from a failed stealth roll where we have to beat him unconscious
Well,
or worse.
If you're not moving and I'm an ant,
Well,
what's
it
the sell-
depends on what you find. If we all head down the stairs,
well, I'll come back and check with you on what I find before we do that, and then maybe
All
make
right.
a decision then.
well, I'll bring it up to Conry regardless of. Yeah, depending on what we find down there, we might want to tie up the butcher.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm actually thinking of him, to be honest, because if he comes down and it becomes a fight, we either run down the
yeah,
street with a guy in his underwear yelling about thieves, even though we took nothing, or we have to beat him unconscious in his own shop, which is a lot longer to recover for when you don't have money for potions. Or Conry beats him unconscious and does it a little too well.
Well, I mean,
Anybody
my
have-
only concern is that it's going to be very easy to ideas.
Why?
You know, if we tie him up, I mean,
we use
we're
masks.
not we're not the most, conspicuous looking people.
Well, as
know.
long as the halfling isn't in the room. Otherwise, it's just two nondescript people in the dark.
Yep. We can give him the choice, you know.
Well, I mean, we could, this is all whispered conversation. I was like, we can find out what he comes back with, but we may want to consider it.
Yep, absolutely. I'll knock him out.
I mean, if we're really worried about it, I can probably end it permanently, but that seems a bit extreme.
Yeah, I don't want to kill the butcher. I mean,
I don't either. That's why I suggested we might want to tie him up. If we're
But
worried
I'm
about
just saying
breaking the
if we-
law, we shouldn't be breaking into his business.
I'm just saying that if we're going to tie him up, that that we might.
Well, it would be
Get
tied
caught,
up, blindfolded,
so-
gagged.
Watergate.
Shove a pair of
Yeah.
dirty underwear in his mouth and tie him up.
But as you guys are talking, you see off to the east yet another figure starting to come down the alley. He also has a dog on a lead.
They're doing dog fights.
Yeah, sounds like it. It's Mike Vick's down here somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Mike Vick is in the room.
All right.
I'm more likely to, beat the
Well,
guy up now.
I tell Anna and Conry, as you were, and then I close and relock the door.
All right. Resume our.
All right, so I'm moving down the.
That's a 9
Yep.
to relock the door.
Okay. Okay.
And then back behind the jerky barrel.
So, Conry and Anna are putting on their show again.
You'd have to ask them.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
She gives you some whispered pointers.
Yeah.
See if
Now,
Conrad
this
actually-
time-
Monk's like,
This time.
Should we
You-
roll
you need-
again?
You need to take your left hand and just put it. Don't
Tilt-
worry, I'll be Anna will be gentle with you.
We're both tilting right, okay? We're both tilting right. Not...
I thought you were a master of coordination. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You see Conry with just virgin sweats just pouring down. He doesn't sweat this much when he exercises.
Just think of your jujitsu. Think of your jujitsu.
Think of your stance. Think of your
Think
stance.
of England.
All right, let's get a new set of perform rolls. Let's see if they're up their game at all.
Conry, maybe you should let Anna help you. Let her take the lead.
Give him some inspiration.
Yeah, Anna's just selling it. She's
All right,
going
Conry.
down.
Well, she is a performer. This is
She
what
is
she
a
does.
performer. Yes, yes.
That's right.
It's just like doing a romance play.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, you're gonna actually perform a song out here?
Over there, over there.
All right, so
Let's see.
she's using a bonus action to inspire you, Connery. Apparently, your last performance was so bad she thinks you need magical help.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
I think we can confirm that Connery has no game.
Yeah.
All right, Connor, what do you got?
Ray is making a mental note to make sure that Uhtred knows all about this.
Are you going to use your inspiration?
I thought I was using a D6. Isn't that a D6?
You add a D6 to your performance roll.
Yeah.
No, it's a D8. D8.
For her, it's a D8.
Yeah.
It's a D8.
Yeah, she's higher level. She's better at inspiring you.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
The magic takes hold. The rhythm is gonna get you.
All right. So a similar scenario plays out. He comes down the alley with his dog. He beats on the back door. Down the stairs comes the butcher, muttering something about you're late, and lets the guy in. He takes the dog underneath the stairs, and the butcher goes back upstairs.
Any chance I can? Well, no. I better not. Better not. Never mind.
Sounds like the code word is you're late. What does the other guy mutter?
Huh?
Does the guy that comes in with the dog say anything in response?
No.
Any
he's got his
like
hands-
hand movement, flip him a bird, anything?
No, he's got his hands full dealing with a dog that does not want to be there.
Got it.
Hmm.
Well, at this point, I'm
All
just
right.
gonna wait for LaFay to come back.
Yeah. I'm going to proceed to investigate down the stairwell.
Well, we are 3 minutes from time. This looks like a very good place for a cliffhanger.
Ah.
All right.
Connery and
I
Anna
would say
frozen
so.
in time, preserved in ember till the next game.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not going to be able to have a session next Sunday because of race day, so Connery and Anna are going to have to keep their kissing routine up for 2
Right.
weeks.
Yep. There we go.
That's an impressive performance.
All right. Well, thanks everyone in the audience. Appreciate you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and send all your money.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
You ready to stop?
Yep.
All right.